Yo, what is going down, y'all? Welcome in the most underrated podcast. You already know what it is, man. Homie Thomas the Franchise chilling here with you. Dal Palantonio sitting across from me. JJ Stringstein here at the end of the table. And you know why we got to play shipping out to Boston. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you know what
man.
it is. Not that it's a big Patriots house or anything, but you got to give these fucking guys credit, dude.
Credit when credit is due.
Exactly. I'm a sailor, hey. I lost my leg. You know what I mean?
True.
This is just a classic. This is for all my Irish people out there. All my Irish people, if you're a Boston guy, I gotta let this breathe for a second. We're gonna clip for copyright like we always do. But
True that. I'm trying to get some whiskey. I'm trying to get some scotch.
I'm trying to be on a motherfucking pirate ship with an eye patch.
Oh, you need an eye patch.
Slick Rick style, the diamond studded joint, or the not sequins. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little studs on there.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get on my Slick Rick tip. You know what I'm saying?
Slick Rick tip.
But man, how you guys doing out there? Welcome into the most underrated podcast. So many topics. Big time weekend. Obviously a sad weekend because now football is over
Officially.
and that always sucks. It's never fun, but I'm glad they do the Pro Bowl in between now because it's like even more of a letdown when they do the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like that used to be the worst. I remember when they do that. So I like how they switched up the Pro Bowl there. But how was your weekend overall, Dal?
The weekend was good, man. Didn't have a lot of astronomical cool things going on. Just kind of a basic weekend. Obviously football kind of in preparation, you know, food prep, meal prep, that kind of stuff for the Super Bowl, trying to get all those plans. And yes, thank you for the invite and thank you for letting me come by.
Yeah, of course. We didn't have to play the sad music.
No, I was happy to do it, man.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, you came by. Your lady came by later on, had the family over. It was cool. Game was good, man. I kind of had a crazy weekend overall. I just kind of had just so much stuff going on. My girl got sick last Thursday, like in the afternoon. So she was sick Thursday, Friday, Saturday, still kind of coming out of it. This morning, I actually threw up. So I was feeling sick. I was like, yeah, dude, when I was getting ready this morning, just, I don't know. Not feeling that great. So, but I had kind of like a blowout with my pops and we just bad, man. We were arguing over some family stuff, and it was just one of those things where we shouldn't have had talked at that time. You know what I mean? Like we should have let it breathe a little bit. We should have let it chill because we both probably we're not doing enough listening, and we were both kind of just trying to vent. And when you know how that goes, when two people do that, especially people like myself and my dad are just fucking passionate people. You know that happens, and so I feel bad about that. I feel bad the way the convo went. And that kind of sucks. You know what I mean? So that kind of ruined my weekend. You know that shit. Is never fun. So that made it a little tough to get other shit done and deal with the Super Bowl and all that stuff. But other than that, man, I'm happy to be here. Just happy to be back with you guys, talking to you guys, man. I love doing the show. So even when you have some stuff like that, when we have a multitude of topics and so much dope content to bring you guys and so many cool things to talk about and get to, it makes it all better and makes it easier to roll into the weekend. And I have no doubt we'll kind of get that shit patched up, you know? Yeah. But as we move in, man, Super Bowl, obviously huge. We'll jump into that in a minute. It's funny. We were at the Super Bowl party. We're chilling there with my aunt. We're chilling there with your girlfriend. Yeah. And the podcast comes up. We're talking. Yeah. And my aunt's like, you guys drop a lot of F-bombs. And Robin's mentioned that to you before. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. And so, yeah, we run the cast back. I mean, it's 6 F-bombs in the first 30 seconds, like first minute. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just brutal.
It's not good.
So we're going to make a conscious effort to try not to use the F word as a filler as much. That's tough to do.
It is.
It's just very tough to do, especially when you're on a platform like this where it's no holds barred. If we were on, it would probably be the same if we were on Sirius or whatever, but if we were on terrestrial radio, we'd have to clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to try my best to get better at this. I can't promise you it's going to be this show. Can't promise you it's going to be Friday's show, but I'm consciously making an effort to use less F-bombs here on the cast. Yeah. And maybe we need to keep maybe I should have got a little dinger. Like a little,
a little. We need JJ to hit the dinger on us.
Honestly, what I really need is like a stack. I need to come in here with a stack of ones and then a dinger.
Just a swear
and
jar.
every time that shit, boom, I'm just throwing in every time I drop an F, an unnecessary F. Obviously, sometimes Fs are necessary. When I was telling Khabib fuck his religion, that was necessary to me. Right. But when I'm just using it as filler words. Yeah. So how do you feel about how do you feel about that? You think we can do it?
I think we can.
Because we had the combo and we're like,
Yeah, I think we can. So I look at my work and personal life balance, right? And for some odd reason, I'm able to in my professional industry, right? I manage a T-Mobile store
with customers,
and I'm able to flip that switch. So I guess having you here and just no holds bar, I think you hit it right on the nose there. I think that's what's different. So I can do it at work. I can do it when I have to. So why can't I do it here?
Right.
To try to make a conscious effort. And for me, I want to, not because it sounds crappy or it sounds like shit. For me, I'd like to do it just because I think sometimes if you overuse it, you sound
dumb and uneducated. Yeah, exactly. I think we agreed on that.
I think that's what it is for me.
So the point's taken.
Yeah.
My aunt laced us with some game. She was like, "Yo, I enjoy the show, but you guys." And she's a school teacher, teaches blind kids.
Yeah.
And so she's, she ain't in an environment where she's hearing all that all the time. So when she turns on the cast,
right,
it's like, whoa, this is, you know what I mean? This is some serious stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's
that's what I just don't know, whatever. Not telling us what to do, but yet still just giving us constructive criticism.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, do whatever you guys want to do. But at the end of the day, I want you to be able to reach all audiences. I think you guys have a great show. I think you guys have great content, and I want you to be able to reach everybody. So
I think of all the dudes and all the chicks that, basically say, hey, man, my kids listen to it, that kind of stuff. I want to be conscious of that. Right. Like, I don't want to not be me, but, if we can reach a larger platform.
Just not unnecessary.
And be cool.
Unnecessary F-bombs, you know what I mean? I think we've probably really ramped it up here as we've gotten more comfortable in the past few weeks or months, you know what I mean?
Worse for sure.
Yeah, we've ramped it up, and that includes you, String Steve.
I know.
All right, I'm just making sure you're in on this.
String Steve, remember when I bring shoes?
I'm the worst one. Okay.
When I bring shoes, all of a sudden this guy is like super pumped. He's dropping F-bombs over here, like.
It's like a bunch. Okay, we work in a shop that that's just normal.
Right, for sure.
That's how everyone talks.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. That's the hard part about it is everyone just talks like that around here all day. Yeah. So it's not like we're in a corporate environment.
That turns off.
Right. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna make it a conscious effort. I'm really good at. I'm gonna try to lean on my strengths. I'm good at learning from things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I fuck up 5 times before breakfast, just like anybody else. But I'm gonna try to be conscious of it. And right there, I could have said I mess up. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just gonna try not to be like, oh well, we were at the fucking,
all
you know what I mean?
Like,
it's just unness, dude. Totally. It's so unness. Like I listen to that, I'm like, oh my god, it's so unness. Yeah. What am I doing? Get your life together, kid. Dude, I'm getting mad. I know we're going to get into sneakers later. I'm getting mad notifications for different drops and raffles and all kinds of stuff. I know you're in every AirMax 90 off-white raffle you could possibly be in. You got friends. You're like, oh, I called up. I'm renting. I got tenants up in my crib. I called up my tenants. No, I'm just playing. It's his homie Muzzy. But still, he's like Muzzy's in every raffle for me. Dallas is serious about these
off-whites. Those new 4Ds that are dropping on the 9th. I've got multiple people in the online raffles. Yeah.
Working, dog. Out here working, bro.
Just trying. Hey, what about this though, man? What about the Presto tints that just came up? I'm trying to get those for $250.
Are you being serious?
I kind of like them, man.
You don't.
In the Volt colorway?
The little kid water shoes that we've talked about and that we shit on endlessly.
The water moccasins? I don't know, man.
That might be some of the worst I've ever seen right there.
Maybe I want them because I just bought the Forerunner, and it kind of reminds me of, the wilderness. I'm going to stay in a tent. I'm going to pitch a tent and the Forerunner. Is there a connection there?
Your shoes
I think you're making the connection.
Yeah. Maybe I just like to pitch tents in the morning.
We're talking about pitching tents with 3 dudes in the glass house. What are we doing here?
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Bunch of dudes listening too.
Dude stew in here.
Unbelieve. Yeah, you got to
take that L on the way out.
Fair enough.
So weekend was cool. Did you?
Let me tell you about this week.
Yeah.
I got some major plans.
Oh, this week,
dude.
What's going on?
Robin's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Robin's B-Day is February 6th, man. I think she'll be, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't tell the age.
Yeah.
But let's not tell the
quickest way to get slapped in the face.
I'm not trying to get in that doghouse, because then I'm going to get yelled at JJ. Then I'm going to go home and I'm going to get yelled at by Robin.
You just said that on the story for our owner.
I said that on the story the other day on Certified. I was like, yo, I was like, happy birthday to Rhea, because it was her birthday last week.
You said the age?
No, I was like, I'm not going to tell you how old she is, because that's the quickest way to get your face slapped by a woman, mentioning her age.
Exactly.
Don't do that one. But anyway, so it's Robin's birthday, which I knew because we actually had a little dual celebration last night at the crib. Roselli's birthday's on the 6th. My Uncle Roselli was there. So his birthday's on the 6th. And then Robin's birthday's later in the month. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of had some brownies and ice cream and a little happy birthday set.
Yeah.
It was tight.
It was tight. So we got some, not big plans, but we got some plans, man. So
for her birthday?
Yeah. So the D-Bar that I've talked about,
yep.
Here and there, that's one of Robin's favorites. It's an uptown here, Denver. But we're doing a wine and chocolate experience on her actual birthday there. So from 2:30 to 4:30, it's $50 per person. You get a bottle of wine, but the D bar is obviously a dessert bar. That's what they're known for. So we're actually meeting the chef there, the head chocolatier. We're dipping our own chocolates. We're kind of doing some fondue stuff. We're learning about some wine, some chocolate, pairing that type of stuff together, which is not anything that I've ever wanted to do and probably won't ever want to do personally.
Yeah.
But this is filling up the love tank.
Nice.
With Dr. Love Tank.
That's good stuff.
You know what I mean? So that's going to be cool, man.
That is cool.
It's going to be a cool experience, and I think that evening, because that's 2:30 to 4:30, so I think we're just going to stay, have some drinks downtown, and then meet up with their parents later and go grab some food with them.
Wow.
They're really, dude, they're really family-oriented, which I love, dude. I love that. And, her mom was hitting me up the last 3 days, like, hey, do you think we might have some... She doesn't really talk like Robin. But,
I know, you just
I do the Robin anyways. She's like,
voice.
hey, do you think we might have some time to maybe meet up this week? And I think, from 2:30 to 4:30, I think that's a great situation, where we're already downtown. They live way up north, right, in Longmont, which is super, super north, like hour and 10 minutes from here. So I think it'd be a great time to meet up with them. The following day, however, I booked a spa.
Wow, Dow.
Booked a spa for Robin, dude.
Man.
Wow, Dow.
Wow, Dow. How about them brown cows?
Wow, Dow,
Pow. That's great.
Yeah.
So we're going to Jalan Spa, which is also in Uptown. So it's a spa that is super high end. Robin, man, she's a big yelper.
Yep.
This motherfucker. This place has this place
begins.
I
like it.
This place has 4.9 stars, dog. Like, this place is really, really nice.
Legit.
Yeah, for sure. And it's downtown. It's right up Robin's alley. She's been wanting to go to the spa for the last year. So we're doing wine, we're doing chocolates, we're doing spa. She's probably going to get a sweet gift. Yes. I don't really want to tell her. I don't want to tell you on the cast, because that ruins it, kind of like your bath bombs.
Yeah, I just ruined
that you screwed up last week. See? Just stopped it again. We're getting good at these non-F-bombs here. Okay?
Dude, I know it's possible because I literally,
weird.
when I get around Vitzer and Mandy's daughters,
you got.
those are like my nieces, you know what I mean? So when I get around them, day one, I'm awful. I'm effing like crazy. I'm forgetting. I don't know what's going on. By day 2, day 3, I'm pretty celibate. Like, I'm out. Like, really? I'm not dropping really many Fs anymore. Like, I'm super conscious. And it's going to be harder here because we don't have 2 little kids sitting in front of us. But I know it's possible, is all I'm saying. Yeah. I know it is doable, dude. I know it's doable to get away from the unnecessary.
Gotcha.
Fs.
So that's kind of what I got going on this week. So, and then, get Robin a couple gifts here.
That's rough, dude. I feel bad for you. You got the birthday and then Valentine's just smashed together.
Remember,
That's
we talked
tough.
about it last cast. We think the anniversary is about the 30th of last month as well.
We think, it's about the 30th.
That's kind of what
anniversary, birthday, and Valentine's.
We're gauging that because Robin and I started dating 6 years ago, the 30th of last month. That happens to be her sister's birthday. So we were up in Boulder, which is obviously north of Denver here, northwest. Mm-hmm. And we were up there and we were just bar hopping. And, I didn't know her sister at all, but Robin's like, yeah, hey, my sister's having a birthday party. Do you want to come with? And I just started to get to know Robin. So that's kind of
how it
anniversary.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of expenses in a short amount of time. So I say screw the anniversary. Let's just focus here on your birthday. Let's let you be the B-Day princess that you want to be.
Yeah.
And then let's have a great time on Valentine's Day.
That's cool,
and then hump like rabbits, the following day. Like I said last cast.
Yeah, V-Day, D-Day.
I got a lot of hits up on that.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
People were into it?
People were.
Or they were weirded out?
Maybe a little bit.
They don't want to hear about you doing this style.
A little rabbit action.
Yeah, they're not into
for
that.
sure.
Nobody.
We definitely don't want to see. We definitely don't want to see some little Dallas action. You know what I mean? Like some little Dallas babies in here. No way.
Whoa! That's the kind of little Dallas you meant. Never mind.
No, like some babies. We're trying to stay away from them babies there. So, but
this is so wrong, man.
Yeah,
too good.
So, anyways, I guess I'm tired of talking about my life. What about yours? What's next?
Oh my God! Please, all right. If you're gonna make things awkward, go back to using F-bombs.
Oh no shit!
Jesus.
Yeah, maybe I'll just overdo shits. Can that be okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a shit here.
That's what it is. Yeah,
take a shit on myself.
Speaking of shits, the Super Bowl last night. I know the consensus. A lot of people thought it was the drizzling shits. Right. They just thought it was awful. And then there's a lot of people that were like, I really like the game. I appreciate defense. I'm not on either side. I just, I don't really each to each their own. I'm not arguing for either. I get both sides. It's just what you like, man. Some people like shootouts, high scoring. Some people like defensive, old school football. You know,
right.
So it just depends. But before we jump into that, DraftKings, dude, speaking of shit, I shit the bed bad on this one, dude. I was in, as you know, the cast went up late on Friday. Mm-hmm. I had the turmoil, the dad situation, the sick girlfriend, all that stuff. It was a nightmare.
Sure,
but
it wasn't Springsting's fault.
No, it wasn't really. Right. It wasn't really his fault.
Springsteen, high five.
It wasn't really his fault. I had to go deal with a bunch of shit, so I wasn't at work. So he had to transfer the cast to me via internet, which that added another couple hours because he had to transfer it to me that way. Then I still had to download the whole thing. Then I still had to re-upload the whole thing to YouTube. So it was one of those situations. It just got.
It got bad.
Yeah, it just got late. So it went up late. So as I'm putting it up, I'm trying to set up the DraftKings tournament so it's in the description correctly, you know. And when I did that, for some reason, it's defaulted to 50-50, the league settings. I forgot to change it to winner takes all. It's 50-50. Mm-hmm. We had, I think 15 or so people that put in $10. So congrats to the top 7. You got your money back. You basically doubled your money. You won like $19 and change.
It's almost like a double
your
up.
10. Yeah. So it's 50-50. The top 50% got paid out. The bottom 50% took that L on the way out.
Take that L on the way out.
I also got to take the L because I didn't do winner take all. I screwed the whole thing over. So actually, honestly, I mean, the only person that feels probably bad about it is the guy that won.
Yeah.
You know? Let me see if I can find pull up the tournament really quick.
That would suck if that was the one game you fucking won, and oh jeez.
Yeah,
that would have sucked.
Oh man.
Yeah, no doubt, especially like me, because I've had like seconds and thirds,
dude,
and
that
sixths
would
and
fucking
sevenths.
hilarious.
There it is. All right, so I had 5th, so I placed in the money. Then 6th and 7th also placed in the money. Starting at 8th, there was no money there. So King Toad is the guy. I think he's taken down 1 tournament, maybe 2, if I'm not mistaken.
I think 2.
So I know he's won before. So that's
repeat,
pretty dope. But so he's the guy that's mad. Everyone else, you got paid when you shouldn't have got paid. So congrats there. I'm really sorry, guys. I messed up. Long story short, I just screwed it up.
I had fools hitting me up like, hey, what's going on with this DraftKings or whatever? And I said, oh, franchise just shit in the bed, no problem. They were like, oh, that's cool. They were cool with it. They were cool. They're like, hey, I understood. And then most of them were like, oh yeah, tell them to take that L on the way out.
Yeah, dude, I gotta
take that L on the way out.
Sorry, guys. Dang, man, I need to take some shots, man. I get it. I'll take all the shots. I'll take all the smoke. I'll kill him dead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But getting into the Super Bowl, man, leaving the DraftKings tournament, that'll be the last one of the season, obviously, NFL-wise. Maybe we'll get into some NBA playoff tournaments or maybe some NBA finals, something like that. We can talk about that as that kind of comes up. But Super Bowl commercials, let's start there before we go into the game and everything else. What do you think of commercials?
Well, to start it off, I guess I would say my favorite one.
Yeah.
Right? The NFL celebrating its 100th season.
Dude, gotta be.
What?
That's like one of the only ones I really saw live. I went back and watched a bunch.
Yeah.
And I was just not really that locked into the Super Bowl. I had a bunch of people over. I was talking to people. It was kind of the opposite of what I normally do. Normally I have the sound up loud and I'm raging. I'm on the game, you know? And I didn't do that this year, man. I was just kind of talking to people and just moseying around. And I didn't have a great weekend overall. So I wasn't in a great mood. But being around family and friends and then doing the cast, all this stuff makes everything, better. Sure. But I didn't see enough. I didn't see him live. I had to go back and watch. So really the only one I saw live is the one you're talking about. And I told you walked outside to go get Robin because she was showing up.
I didn't get to see it live. Yeah.
And I was like, when you came back, I was like, dude, you just missed the commercial of the Super Bowl. Like, this was incredible,
Hands down.
And I didn't even know it was advertising. And we came in this morning. We were all talking. We're like, do you guys know what that was advertising?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But it was the greatest commercial of the Super Bowl.
Totally.
And it was the NFL 100th anniversary.
Yep.
So the
100th
next
season.
100th season, yeah. So next year is going to be the 2019-2020 season. That will be the 100th season for the NFL. They wanted to take, halftime, or they wanted to take the commercial opportunity to address that and promote the 100th season. I imagine we're going to see a lot of pretty cool stuff this year going into the 100th season. I think the NFL is going to do some different things to make it special, make it cool for us as viewers. So I don't know what to expect, but I imagine we'll see something. But I also thought we'd get a surprise sneakers drop and we didn't get anything. So
that was fucking hilarious.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
All the memes after that shit.
Right.
They've never seen numbers that high.
Right.
Dude, Hey, tell the listeners how many times you saw your boy refreshing that shit.
Oh, dude, we're deep in the fourth quarter. Deep. And this guy, we're about 7 minutes ago in the game. This guy's still refreshing.
I told my little brother to do the exact same thing. He kept on his phone the entire game.
Smoked his battery?
Hilarious.
Just smoked it, huh?
Yeah. I lost 20%, dude, within like... I lost 20% within
in the third quarter.
The third quarter alone, dog. Because I was like, well, okay, when the third quarter starts, right at the start, let's see what they do. And then I was like, third quarter goes, fourth quarter starts. I'm like, all right, the end of the third quarter, I'm like, it's on. We got this.
Yeah.
Start of the fourth quarter, still nothing. Into the game, I'm like, all right, into the game. Let's see what we got. Here we go.
That's what I said. I was like, maybe they'll be at the end of the game. They'll do some surprises.
Yeah.
And Dallas is still refreshing.
I'm still refreshing.
It's the...
I missed the whole second half of the game.
Right. No, I know.
I don't remember any of it.
After a halftime show like that, do you really think Nike would have wanted to release a shoe? Like, that was so bad.
It was bad, but I don't think anyone would have been like, oh, man, I can't believe Nike dropped a shoe with this terrible halftime performance. I don't think they would have had... I don't think there was any correlation there between... The shoe is the shoe. The halftime show is the halftime show. You know what I mean? The only correlation they have is a surprise drop and the you know what I mean? Like the more of the surprise aspect of everyone. They're getting all their eyes. You know, you have more eyes on that game than you're going to have on one product throughout any time in the year.
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, unless something insane happened. You know, Trump got impeached or something. Everyone would be locked in. You know, something nuts happens. Like, okay, I get it. But as far as amount of eyes and attention you're going to get. Super Bowl's it. Halftime show especially.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you just want the eyes on your product.
And since we're on it, I guess we'll just talk a little bit more about kind of the sneakers and whatnot. And I thought we were going to save for sneakers and fashion, but let's just address that real quick and get back into the commercials, kind of what we liked and what we didn't.
Dang, what was that? Did you bump the thing? That was like a dinner bell going off.
It was like a low gong.
Yeah, I thought we were sitting at the dinner table in Home Alone where he's about to dig into the mac and cheese, and then 9 o'clock strikes and the sticky bandits are coming over. That wet bandits at that time. That's what it sounded like. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Doubt.
So I'm such a squirrel moment. I get so distracted.
So about the sneakers, right? It seems like there could have been a possibility of 3 different shoes that could have dropped, and not all at the same time, but 1 out of 3, because we saw obviously the Travis Scott ones, with the upside down Nike swoosh, which is super sick. We've seen that.
I thought there was a date behind that though.
Relax, JJ.
What? I'm just saying.
Relax, JJ.
We already talked about this.
Hey, you know what? In sneakers and fashion, we're going to get into shock drops. Have you ever heard of a shock drop? That's a halftime drop, right?
Yeah, I know.
There's a 6 halftime.
To him.
Yeah. So get away. Get away.
Basically, just slide your chair back to the window. Yeah. Just slide away from the mic.
Just hit me with some Goo Goo Dolls and slide your way back.
I took another L.
Take that L on the way out.
Not being able to get the adapter. I went on Saturday to Best Buy.
Yeah.
And I got a phone call while I was in there. Yeah. Totally forgot what I went for, dude. Walked out.
Really?
Finished the call. I'm like halfway home, like, what was I doing at Best Buy? After I got off the phone, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even get what I wanted. And then I didn't have time to go back. Terrible weekend, Wait,
anyway. You went all the way to Best Buy, got a phone call.
Yeah, dude.
Forgot, like, what the hell am I doing here? I got to get out of here. Yep. No adapter.
Well, I told you, man, I was wrapped up in that sitch with my pops and stuff, and we had some family stuff happen this weekend, so I was not focused at all, dude.
Gotcha.
I was not locked in. I was on the phone, my family, my dad,
All right.
dealing with stuff, my aunt, whatever. So,
so string sing aside here, okay? Tell them to relax over here real quick.
I'm sorry I forgot the headphone jack again, but it makes it easier for you to slide away from the table without wrecking the whole setup.
Sure.
I'm just kidding.
So obviously Adam Levine wore obviously Travis Scott's Jordan 1, right, with the upside down swoosh. Super sick. We've seen those, leak those. They have a date looking later on, in a month or 2 or whatever. But then you see Travis Scott debuting a shoe that nobody's leaked until the Super Bowl evening, right? Those 6s, the olive colorway with the little pouch on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Man, little stash pouch. Yep. Those are sick, right? What do you think about those?
I think they're all right. I'm not, me in 6s.
Yeah.
I'm not the hugest fan, but certain pairs I'll, have a little affinity for.
I'm going to give you a hard time on that, when we go into sneakers and fashion, but we'll save that.
A hard time on me not liking 6s?
Yeah, well, 6s in general. We'll just speak on that.
Okay.
So,
wow.
But thanks for the hookup. But anyways, so with that, so you saw 2 new shoes, right? One that we've seen, one that just leaked that night. And then they've talked about, is it the 31, the Travis Scott 31s
Yes.
or the 33s?
33s, sorry.
33s, yeah. So that's what people were thinking
Yep.
that we were going to see.
Which would have been a super L.
Yeah.
We talked about that. We
that
were like,
shoe's-
oh my gosh, if they drop that shoe at halftime on sneakers, that's an Adidas move.
Yeah, no
What
doubt.
are they doing?
That shoe sucks. There's no hype.
33s?
There's no hype behind it. The only hype is that it has Travis Scott on the tongue, right? It's a
Yeah.
signature model. But that shoe is trash, dude, just
What
the way it
about
looks.
the 7s or the 6s? My
That's
bad.
what we just talked about with
Yeah,
the stash
that's
pouch.
what we were talking about
That's
with
what you're
stash
saying.
pouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those would have been cool.
I thought the ones had the stash pouch.
They do too.
Yep.
But it opens from the side. You know how they have the two
Yeah.
sides? Like,
Oh,
for example, on the Rookie of the Year that open up and you can see the accolades.
Oh,
This
yeah.
does the same thing, but it's actually Velcroed. These ones. And then there's a stash pouch, I think, on the right side.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on that. But
No.
yeah, kind of sick, right? But yeah, the 33s obviously didn't release, and that's kind of what everybody was thinking they were. Now, if they would have released, I was refreshing my ass off. So yes, I would have bought them. Do I hate them? Yes, I hate them. I would have tried to sell them bitches so hard.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yep.
For sure, because I think there would have been value.
There would have been a ton of value.
It's a Super
I don't
Bowl
want
shoe.
'em.
What are you
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
about? Look at what JT's shoe did, last year. That's still, the value is still somewhere around the 400, I think.
Yeah.
In most sizes.
Why do you think they didn't do a drop?
I don't know.
What would the reasoning be? It doesn't make any sense. Because too many people were expecting it or something? I don't know. I felt like a lot of people were expecting it. I mean, just if
yeah.
you jumped on Twitter.
Sure.
But I never heard a bunch of people talking about it in the week leading up, except us.
Yeah.
But I don't see a reason why
I know.
they didn't do it.
I think Nike could have capitalized on something. And yeah, I think they also want us to maybe know that, hey, we don't have to drop anything just because we did last year.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a fluke. And I don't know. Maybe it was maybe it was a power move. I don't understand it if it was, because again, there's generating revenue. There's, having them on the halftime show, which is arguably one of the most watched things viewed things in the year of the year. So
Is it keeping hype alive to some degree?
Maybe a little bit.
Could be.
But I feel like that generates hype.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Because I know hype has been dying for sneakers in general because of StockX and everything like that, but
I think that would have been a hype drop, and it would have, it would have resold.
obviously sold out.
It would have
but-
resold for crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't really know the reasoning behind it. I think it's a missed opportunity, but
Yeah, me too.
until
Maybe
it's
they
hard to
just
say
weren't
because
ready.
we're not in the marketing department. What's up?
Maybe they were. Maybe they weren't.
The shoes weren't ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be. Back to commercials. Let's finish on that. We'll get into sneakers and fashion in a little bit. What was your favorite, or the 100 Seasons was your favorite? If you guys missed that one, dude, incredible. It had everyone from
All
Peyton
the
Manning
who's
to
who's.
Barry Sanders to Joe
All the big
Montana to Richard Sherman, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Odell Beckham Jr.,
Beast mode.
The Fridge, Beast Mode. Dude, I mean,
Jim Brown.
anyone that's anyone. Jim Brown, yeah. Anyone that's anyone,
Yeah.
gosh.
And I don't usually like what the NFL does, the no fun league, but
Yeah.
this commercial was absolutely
Incredible.
Premium.
Peyton throwing the ball and then being
Yeah.
like, shoulders a little tight or whatever.
Because
Dude,
somebody says, you still got it.
hurts. Yeah.
You still have it. And he's like, oh, it still hurts.
a little sore, yeah. Dude, that's just incredible. The fact that Joe Montana's going, Michael Irvin coming over the middle. They're in like this ballroom, if you guys missed it. And there's this
Yeah.
huge cake in the beginning. Marshawn Lynch leans over to get like some cake.
Get some frosting.
Yeah, to like just put his hand in the frosting, and he falls out of his chair, falls into the cake, knocks the cake over, which knocks the ball over because there's a golden football, like 100 Seasons golden football on top of the cake.
Yeah.
That falls over, and then somebody, I forgot who it was, yells fumble.
I don't remember who it was, yeah.
And everyone just goes nuts. And Dominican Sue is in there diving on it. Everyone's diving for the
Christian
ball.
McCaffrey.
Yeah, Montana ends up with it, and Irvin's like, Joe. Michael Irvin, he's like, not today, cowboy. And he
Yeah.
like looks the other way and throws it, and then
Yeah.
Deion Sanders picks it off, starts doing the neon Deion shit. Oh, dude, it was so fire.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the NFL and you're a fan of the game, dude,
Yeah.
that was the most fire commercial I've seen in such a long time.
I would agree.
Such a long time. Definitely my favorite of the Super Bowl. I thought the Doritos one was great as well.
Mm-hmm.
What other ones, kind of top to bottom, I guess, did you like and didn't like?
I think, we can talk about winners and losers.
Yeah, that's kinda what I'm getting at.
If we wanted to. So I always like the Bud Light commercials. I think they do a very good job. I think what people liked about this one, I didn't really understand it because I'm not a Game of Thrones fan. But what about the
Dude,
Bud
they
Light
took
Game of Thrones collab?
Missed it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have got it anyway. Same situation on Game of Thrones. Yeah, I don't
So
know.
we were obviously stunned but also confused if you weren't a Game of Thrones guy. But but how a beer could morph into this like Game of Thrones tie-in. But surprisingly, shook it up, and it was filled with predictable characters, and it was kind of awesome. Just having kind of those two worlds colliding, which was cool. And I'm not even a Game of Thrones fan, and I don't like the magical mystery bullshit, you know. But I thought it was kind of cool, man. And I think for the Game of Thrones fans, especially with that season upcoming in April, I believe. So again, that's pretty sweet. What'd you think, JJ?
The whole time they were taking shots at everyone who used corn syrup in their fucking beer.
Yeah.
Like every fucking commercial.
Yeah.
Other than the Game of Thrones, which also threw me off. But I could see where they were coming from to some degree.
Kind of cool, right?
I thought that it was just going to be a normal Bud Light commercial, and then the dragon came out of fucking nowhere. And just
so
JJ, he just came out of nowhere. He didn't need to come out of fucking nowhere. The guy just came out of nowhere. The dragon just came out of nowhere. That's all he did.
I thought JJ was going to be a lot better at this, and I
know.
thought we would.
I thought we would
screw
I think
it
we're
up.
killing him right now.
Hear that screw up versus F up?
Yep.
Pretty easy, JJ.
He just came out of nowhere. That's all he did.
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere.
There you go.
Good man.
He came out of nowhere.
Good man. But I thought that was cool. But yeah, Bud Light definitely threw some shots in some of their other commercials.
Miller Lite and Coors.
Did they really?
Dude,
oh wow!
So
I didn't see that.
It was cool because the people that have been in the Bud Light commercials, you know, before the dilly dilly shit. So they were actually carrying this big wagon behind them with this big barrel of corn syrup, labeled corn syrup.
Oh, okay.
So they took it to each different castle, and castle 1 was a Miller Lite castle. Castle number 2 was a Coors Light castle, and they were throwing shots and shade at these individuals to say, "Hey, is this your guys' corn syrup that we have found?" You know, and each person was like,
delivered to the wrong place.
It got delivered to the wrong place. Yeah, exactly. And each place was like, "Oh, that's not our corn syrup." So they kept on going, and finally they end up at the Coors castle, and they're like, "Yes, we've been looking for that," and, you know, and they deliver the corn syrup.
Yeah.
And the big thing was Bud Light was just saying, "Hey, we're a company who is strongly against corn syrup. We do not use that. We have these ingredients," and they narrowed it down to just 4 main ingredients versus, you know, just kind of a quality control and health is wealth kind of thing. So pretty cool commercial just because they're throwing shots.
That is cool. I was disappointed in the Budweiser joint, dude. The Budweiser Clydesdale. I always usually like those commercials. I think they do a good job.
Yeah.
My sister, not my sister, my cousin was over last night.
Ariel.
She lives in Montana. She works on a horse ranch up there. Super into horses.
Yeah.
Roselli was razzing her. He's like, "Yeah, I paid a bunch of money for a college degree, and she's up there playing in the dirt."
Yeah, totally.
But anyway,
she's walking through all the horse shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's so funny.
Yeah.
But she works up there, and so she was kind of disappointed too because I think those commercials are super cool. And I'm not a big animal guy, but I do like the dog, and I like how the ones they've done.
They kind of get artsy a little bit, and it's like really nice way of doing it. Yeah.
This one looked, for one, I didn't really know what was going on. It was a dog sitting on a horse and buggy, like a horse and carriage thing. You know, the Clydesdales are pulling it.
Then you see the Clydesdales.
Yeah, the dog's sitting up there, and they're just pulling him through a barley field or down a country road, and then the camera kind of just pans out, and it just looked really fake, and it looked really...
wind turbines? Or?
Yeah, they have all the wind turbines.
Yeah,
but
it was to promote that Budweiser's now made with wind energy or something, which was fine, but I just thought they could have done a little more with it. Because of all the good stuff they do in the past. I get it. You're allowed a bad one. We're going to have bad shows here and there. You know what I mean? Everyone's allowed a bad one. It's just
not as bad as Burger King's. What the fuck?
What do you mean? I thought that was fire.
We'll get into Burger King's.
Real
King's.
Quick, chill out.
What I liked, JJ, why are you trying to foreshadow? You're rushing us, guy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I appreciate your efficiency here, but we're trying to keep you in the loop. You relax over there. So the Budweiser, getting back into it, what I did like, because I'm a witty kind of guy. I like the wittiness behind it. So having Bob Dylan's "Blowing in the Wind" song, dude, as the wind turbines power, like,
that was good.
I like to connect these dots, and I thought that was cool, but it looked very CGI.
That's what, it just
is
looked
what
kind
I
of
would
fake.
say.
Yep.
You know,
CGI is better
as the camera pans out, and I'm like, ooh, that's
I thought it was a drone shot. I think I mentioned that last night. I thought it was a drone, but the camera kind of went through the tree, and it just looked, it looked super CGI. So. I don't know.
Yeah, so the other one, dude, that was a super, super win, in my opinion, was, dude, the Microsoft commercial.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? So
what happened?
Microsoft has this new special game controller for kids that have disabilities.
It was Xbox.
Yeah, so, which is Microsoft, correct?
I know, but it was more like Xbox related. Just saying. Okay.
JJ.
Oh, my God.
Take that L on the way.
You know what? Give him his intro music. The guy deserves his intro music.
Coming in hot. Coming in with the hot takes.
Yeah,
your boy Sternstein.
This guy's keeping us.
All right, we got to throw some shots in. All right.
He is keeping us supremely focused.
Are you trying to throw shots, JJ, too?
No. I'm just keeping y'all on your toes.
Oh, okay. I like it.
You know what? We should have had him do the commercial segment.
That's true.
This guy's in there like swimwear.
He's in the game.
Okay.
He's in the game. All right,
So anyways, so Microsoft,
Xbox, yep.
Yeah, really.
Commercial.
This commercial was just talking about their new special game controller for kids that is an Xbox, specific controller that actually help them play video games that creates this platform that gives them this platform of equality, right?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't give them advantages, and now we don't have advantages because it really talked about these kids that have these really genetic disorders, and then some of them didn't have hands and arms and issues, so they have this special, kinetic controller that allows them to do things that, the regular person would do with a regular controller. So, again, it's kind of bringing that equality, dude, which is really cool, and it's pretty heartfelt, too, man. These kids, it didn't make them look like they were super disabled, and it wasn't negative at all. It was them having a great time, super uplifting, dude. Just a great message.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one. I wish I would have seen it. I think that probably is right there with the NFL 100 season commercial as the best. Totally. It looks like a lot of people are really giving that one praise.
Yeah. So I thought that was really good. But let's talk about just a quick couple of losers. And I wouldn't say losers necessarily, but maybe there was just some.
You just did, Dal. Let's not try to walk it back, okay?
This is not loser juice.
You're a loser, Johnny. You're a loser.
This is opportunity juice. That's what this one is. Not loser juice necessarily.
Oppo?
Dude, T-Mobile. I love T-Mobile. Dude, they have been a great company for me. Great platform to get me to certain places, make great money.
Yeah.
I lead a great team. I have a great leadership above me. T-Mobile's commercials were a little weird. And what I would say by that is they weren't really, sure, they were, announcing their unlimited thing, which is, things that we've always been used to. Nothing new there. But really a lot of their commercials alluded to, text message conversations that alluded to free stuff, right? For example, so this week we're offering, T-Mobile as a company is offering a free Lyft ride.
Mm-hmm.
We're also T-Mobile Tuesdays, Taco Tuesdays. So we're kind of bringing that back to this picture here from Taco Bell. So T-Mobile was really just doing some things of offering freebies. So there was no commercial necessarily that was about the company and what we're doing and where we're going aside from the unlimited, because that was just in text.
Yeah.
But kind of a giving. T-Mobile, it was in the giving mood.
The only one I remember was the dad one. Remember the dad's like texting and asking for recipes?
Yeah, for sure.
And the daughter's like sends him back. Yeah, just Google it.
Google
Dad,
that.
This isn't Google. And he just resends. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, honey. And sends recipes again. And she's like, oh my God, here.
Yeah. Totally.
I'll just look it up for you, idiot.
Yeah, so just alluding to obviously our unlimited data that kicks ass.
Well, it just talked about switching carriers. It was like, it's not easy for dad to switch up
Sure.
his ways or whatever, but it's easy for you to switch carriers. And so that was the one outside of the giveaways.
And that was more of the branding in terms of, here's what we're doing as a company. And then, of course, the cherry on top would be obviously.
So you're saying that was kind of are you putting them in the loser category?
I think that was the opportunity category with T-Mobile because it's cool to give free stuff, but, the messages were just kind of weird. And if you weren't reading some of the text that these people were texting on the actual commercial, you would have been lost.
Right.
You'd have been like, what if you couldn't read? You'd have been lost.
Yeah.
So I think that was an opportunity, but I think it was
Do you
cool.
have any issues, JJ? Do you have any issues with that one?
No.
You can read?
Huh?
Nothing. It was just a shot. Never mind. I was just throwing shots. I just said he said if you couldn't read, you might have some trouble staying together with the text, with the commercial.
Now check this one out.
It's over. We're on.
So there was a commercial, avocados from Mexico. Did you see the avocado commercial?
Avocados from Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I know that song.
Right?
I didn't see the commercial. What happened?
Dude, this commercial was the strangest. I love avocados. Dude, the natural fats. We can get into it with old Stringstein over here, but avocados, the most natural fats that are so good for you, blah, 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 healthy. I love guacamole. Dude, your aunt, Berta, made some of the best guacamole I've ever had.
She's a phenomenal cook. Just
that
anything
guac
she
was
makes
fire.
is so fire. Dude, get Italian food made by her. Get
Really?
Just even like she'll do just steak and mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes are so fire. She'll cook up some green beans with bacon in them and sauteed. Dude, she's just ill.
Dude, I'm just
with the chefing. And you should see her crib, dog. Like you should see her kitchen. The kitchen she works this magic in is.
I've seen it.
Oh yeah, you've been there.
I've been there.
Dude, not special.
Yeah.
Not a gourmet kitchen.
It's tiny.
Dude, she lives in like an old. It's like literally like an old farmhouse style house in Golden. Like it's like a little house, dude.
You can barely
But a house
fit
on
two
the
people
prairie.
in there. If somebody farts, the other person's eating it.
Right, huge lot.
Like,
right.
You were up in each other's business.
And she lives on a huge lot of
Yeah.
land, but the house is so tiny in comparison to the land.
Totally.
And then, but her kitchen, dude, it's like for someone that is such a good cook and such a phenomenal freaking chef, dude, chefs it up for me. I lived there after my house burnt down for a little bit.
Yep.
She kills it, dude.
Hell
She
yeah.
kills it without the freaking. She doesn't even have a gas stove. Like, without all the craziness of a gourmet kitchen, dude, she crushes it.
She's got them basic burners, just making it happen.
Used to what you got, and you know what I mean. Use what you have, and she's used to it.
Yeah. So that was cool. But dude, the avocados from Mexico commercial, super strange. So what they did was they mixed avocados and dog show. You know the dog show where they judge
I thought you were about
the
to say dog shit.
no.
Oh my bad. I was trying to hit that.
No, they mentioned. So you know where the dog.
They combined avocados and dog show.
Shit.
That's you see here that could have been.
Yeah, for sure.
Avocados and dog show.
It
was just like the way you paused. It was like
I accented the wrong syllables.
Sorry, I'm on the squirrel tip heavy today.
For sure.
Go ahead.
So, you know the dog show, I forget, maybe the Westminster Kennel Dog Show, something like that?
Something.
Does that sound right?
There's like a big sponsor in front of it.
Yeah.
I forgot the name. But
so it was kind of like that. So they mixed avocados and this dog show, which makes no sense, right? And it continued to make no sense. So it was people morphing into dogs, morphing into people, and then
it was like the dogs own the people.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I don't know. It still made no sense to me.
Yeah, it was like...
Thanks for the clarification,
the roles
JJ.
Were switched, essentially. So the people were the dogs, and then the dogs were the humans, and yeah.
I still don't get it.
Explain it again.
It was insane.
I'm confused. I guess you don't need to explain it.
I don't know how to explain it.
Was it a euphemism for something?
Can we just agree that this was bad marketing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
essentially they wanted to show that their avocados were so good and so irresistible that people couldn't control themselves around it. So like essentially their humans had to like sit there and stay.
Oh, because
and,
dogs
wait and
because this show is showing the most disciplined dogs on the planet, right? Being able to sit and stay and
they're trying to show the most disciplined humans.
Ah, got it. Okay,
and
that
then
makes
one of them wasn't, and then they got the cone of shame and everything. And
cone of shame.
Yeah, that is right. You know, because when you get operated, you get the stupid cones.
Yep.
But anyways, they
had it's called cone of shame though. That's tight.
It is. But you know, then they had this table with all the awards, and they had the big cup, and of course it was full of guacamole, and then they had the avocados as decor and all this. So. Yeah, kind of a strange customer or commercial. Customer. I don't know. Strange commercial, but you know, I think a little bit of loser juice, a little bit of opportunity juice in that one, just from an understanding point. But the discipline, I think that's right.
Okay,
that makes sense a little bit.
Any more opportunities?
What about? I mean, you could talk about the Burger King or the Audi. Did you see the Audi commercial?
Which one?
Where the guy, essentially died. Okay,
he blacked out.
Yeah, he blacked out because he's essentially choking, but you don't find out that he's choking on an almond or a nut of some sort.
Yeah,
a cashew until after the commercial, right? So he's choking. You don't know this. So essentially, he's blacking out and he's going into this kind of heaven, right, so to speak. And he meets one of his relatives, maybe his grandpa, maybe his dad. Is that kind of what you thought?
Yeah,
that's kind of what I thought. So and then his dad opens up, or grandpa opens up this barn door, and you see this brand new technology of Audi. Because what Audi's trying to do is like I think half of their vehicles that they're making this year and that they're producing and putting out, like half of them are going to be electric.
Okay.
E-tron.
Yeah. So this e-tron is kind of what they're promoting, this electric view that they're having this year and into next year. But then something happens and he gets morphed back into
the black lady who's helping him out, like
giving him the Heimlich remover,
the nut or whatever.
So then he gets this. He coughs this nut up that he'd been choking on. That he essentially blacked out and went into this like afterlife. Yeah. And then he's back, and then he's like super bummed. You know that he doesn't have this car. You know,
because he's just in his cubicle and is like,
really? It's like
really shitty life.
Worse.
Yeah. He's in the cubicle, just day-to-day bullshit. You know?
It's not like he's an entrepreneur making his own schedule. He's freaking stuck in an office building cubicle next to Betty, who keeps farting. That's awful.
Yeah. Oh, Betty from
Betty the Yeti.
Betty the Yeti. So I guess that was kind of cool, but it was like, what does a nut have to do with electric cars and how does this work? But the Heimlich,
I'm pretty sure it was to show that their car is the dream, or like people are going to be dreaming about it.
Wait, so it's a dream to choke on a cashew?
No, like their car is going to be so fucking
so amazing,
so amazing that their car is going to be so amazing that people are going to be dreaming about it, or people have been dreaming of this technology to happen with Audi.
Gotcha.
Because I think they have been doing this with their R8s, because I know there's some models with like e-tron in them. So
Gotcha.
I don't know if that is electric or if that's just a special kind of spec to the car. But yeah,
I still say we take the nut out of it though. I think it's weird.
Should have died in a different way.
I'm pretty sure it was also just to add that comedy to
I think
it.
he just should have fell asleep in the cubicle, not be choking on some nuts and getting a Heimlich. I don't understand.
Yeah, then it's more dreamlike. I guess if he...
Yeah, why didn't he just fall asleep?
Well,
and
I'm pretty
visions?
sure
Right.
it was also that heaven aspect. Like that
I think
was
so.
his like heaven.
This guy's about to die.
Yeah.
And
He wanted his dream car.
And then he sees his dad or I don't even know who that was. Nobody knows who that. That's what I thought.
So
you're
seeing some opportunities here.
Yeah, I think some. Yeah, there's
Just
there's some things that didn't connect.
Right.
But cool. I guess.
Cool.
Are we on to the
I can't
worst?
afford one of these Audis, but I'd like to.
Are we on to what?
On to the worst commercials?
The worst?
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's what I'm saying. These are some of the ones that need opportunities. But talk to me about the Burger King. So I understand the art and obviously the Campbell's logo or the Campbell's
Andy Warhol.
Yeah, with Andy Warhol. I didn't really understand the commercial, but is that what was so artsy about it? Is because I didn't understand it?
It was an old commercial.
Yeah,
So, I mean, all they did was regenerate an old commercial. That thing's super old.
Yeah.
Like, that thing's from the 80s probably.
Dude, Twitter was ripping that thing apart.
Why?
Because no one knew what the fuck happened. No one knew what happened.
What do you
Like,
mean what happened? The guy just put ketchup on a burger and ate it.
Yeah. What's the point of that?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You wasted so much money on
I don't think it's a waste. I think it's nostalgia. So for people like you that didn't live in that time, you're feeling like that, which is probably a lot of Twitter. For people that did live in that time, now I'm not a
Even
big
my
Andy Warhol
parents-
guy. I don't know a ton.
Literally, my grandma was sitting with us, and
Your
she
grandma.
didn't even know what happened.
Your grandma might be
how old's-
senile
how
though. We
old's
need
your-
some regular parents. How'd your dad think?
How old's your grandma?
I'm just playing.
She was 80.
She's 80?
She with it though?
And yeah.
She's with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's an entrepreneur. She's working, like, she works every day.
Oh, she's still working? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, she's with it then.
And even my dad didn't even know what happened. Like, we were all like,
Do you think
what
maybe
the
they're
hell
reading into
happened?
it a little much? There is nothing that happened. The guy it's a celebrity that just put ketchup on a burger and ate it.
I didn't even know who it was until I
Well, that's
looked
the
up on
problem.
Twitter.
I didn't know either, and I was in my thing, and I knew he was famous, and I had seen him before, and I've heard the name Andy Warhol.
I know
but I don't.
who Andy Warhol is. I just never knew who he was before I saw Twitter.
JJ, I got a theory here.
Go ahead.
I know what's going on here.
What?
I think your dad and grandma, no shots here. Actually, yeah, let me throw some shade at you. I think your dad and grandma were still thinking about Adam Levine's nipples during that commercial. And I think they weren't able to conceptually understand
Oh my gosh.
this commercial because
Did
you know,
understand it?
yeah, no. Well, I was still focused on Adam Levine's nipples as well because they were trending, and I didn't understand the Burger King commercial, and I have to say it was probably Adam Levine's
No
fault.
one did.
No doubt.
Okay, that's what I have for you, JJ.
I didn't really understand, but I didn't take it so deep. I wasn't trying to. I just felt like it was a celebrity sitting there putting ketchup on a hamburger. It was old. It was a very old commercial from way back in the day, and that's all it was. It was very simple. It was a celebrity putting ketchup on a burger and eating it, just like basically like a normal person would
I
do.
don't know. To be honest, with Super Bowl commercials, you are like already entrenched to be ready to see the most amazing commercials you'll ever see in your life. And just to see that, it's like, what? Did I just miss something? Like,
I think you guys
is there a hidden message?
I think you
here?
guys are expecting too much or something. I don't know. It just didn't upset me like that.
We are. That's the truth, though, because every year it's just like this. Companies
Honestly,
are
I
just
think,
trying to one up each other.
I think we're in the worst time of Super Bowl commercials that there is. I think everything's been done.
Worse.
It's very, very hard to do something that hasn't been done, especially because of the internet.
Now they're just taking shots at each other.
Right. Yeah, you do the internet, you look at the internet, and it's like it's ruined a lot of stuff, including, I would say, Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah.
It's tough to really top stuff, and it's also, for me, it ruins them when I see them beforehand. I don't want to see these shits on Saturday. You sending me notifications from Yahoo Sports and BuzzFeed and all these things. Check out the top Super Bowl commercials. Like, I don't want to. I want to be surprised. I want to see them in the moment. If I miss some stuff, I'll go back and watch it afterwards, but I'm not trying to have it spoiled for me. That's the thing I really don't like about today's Super Bowl commercials is the early everything's for social media. Yeah, we'll put this out on our Twitter or our IG because they know it's going to get tons of views or YouTube or whatever, even though it spoils it.
Yeah.
So that kind of stinks, but
Gotcha.
what are you going to do?
Yep.
What are you going to do?
So that's kind of what I got. So some winners and some opportunities with commercials. That's what I got.
Anything more on commercials, JJ?
No.
That was the worst?
Or like, I really like the Alexa commercial with Harrison Ford. And
that was pretty funny.
That was cool.
That was funny.
Yeah, his dog was walking around with the blue collar, that would dial up Alexa. So every time he barked, it was ordering food, and Harrison Ford's like,
with a pallet full.
Harrison Ford's like, hey, you knock that off. I'm not going to pay for that.
Dog food, yeah. And because it starts out, it starts with like an Amazon associate kind of talking to someone like, yeah, I would like one of these, and they're just talking about ideas that would not work or didn't work with Alexa. Yeah. One of them's like a toothbrush. Failed prototypes. That's what it was. One of them's a toothbrush. One of them's the Alexa dog collar. One of them's the Alexa hot tub.
Dude, the hot tub was fire because it looked like
man.
What was the Bellagio? Like the Bellagio fountain that was coming out of there, and then it just booted them out of there.
That's probably what they were expecting down at Fire Festival, something like that. You're in the hot tub outside your villa, some lights and some water fountains, some water shooting up in the air.
With all the hottest models.
Yeah,
I would have bought a ticket.
Right. Good thing you didn't.
Yeah. Ja Rule DM me. He said I should. He said I should hold off.
Halftime show. What's your thoughts on that, or where do you guys come out?
Rough.
Oh, JJ. Okay, you get it started, man. Why was it rough?
To be honest, I'm kind of pissed he didn't start off the Super Bowl with Animal or Payphone. That would have been fucking amazing. I didn't even know what song he started with until I was listening to the radio earlier today.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I had to look it up. I knew what the song was, but I didn't know it was simply called Harder to Breathe.
Yeah.
I thought it was like something else. I knew the lyrics, and when he came in, I
couldn't even understand him at one point.
Yeah, I don't know the words, but obviously that's why
arguably their best song until they started putting hit after hit after hit, because that was that Harder to Breathe. That was like their first song on their first album, which was the song's about Jane.
This Love was first. Love was the early. That's what I remember. I remember This Love before I remember Harder to Breathe.
Same album. Harder to Breathe.
Really?
Because of that that guitar.
Yeah. Dude, I remember that one way before Harder to Breathe. You don't?
Yeah.
I wonder what dropped first. Let me try to do some research.
Yeah, you should find out. Okay, so you were upset that they didn't start off with the song that you would have rather had. Go on. Cool.
I think
that's fair.
Because you said that was their very first song.
Me or which one? Harder to Breathe? Dallas. I think Dallas said that.
Okay. He thinks it's
might be
Love.
right. Well, I'm saying what I heard first. I'm not a positive on what came out first, but I'm gonna look it up for us.
I don't know. It doesn't help that I'm from a whole different generation, so it's like.
You're trying to hear Payphone.
Yeah.
You wanted Wiz Khalifa to come out for the remix.
I want something I could actually recognize and stuff like that, but
that's fair.
You gotta take here
we go. Songs About Jane, June 2002.
Yep.
Aided by the lead single, Harder to Breathe, which received heavy airplay. The album peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Top 200 charts, went platinum in 2004. That just shows you, Doug, this single was released in 2002 and it went platinum in 2004, 2 years later.
2 years later.
That's just so funny because that's back right before the internet era really, really got popping and people were really stealing music. People were stealing music in the late 90s and early 2000s, but not to the extent of when the streaming and all the other shit came along like mid 2000s. So that's right before that, dude. 02 to 04, 50 Cent dropped in 03, Get Rich or Die Trying. That was like the peak of album sales.
Yeah.
I mean, he sold 11 million records off that one album, which I think is it's some kind of hip hop record.
Sure.
But that was right there in the same time frame, dude. 02 went platinum in 04. So yeah, you're right. You're right.
Nice. It's okay to be right sometimes.
No, yeah, it's great.
What else? What else you got, JJ?
When that happened,
so you didn't like it. I thought I didn't catch the whole thing. I was catching little bits and pieces, talking to people and catching little parts, but I heard a lot of bad singing when the parts I got. I just heard a ton of bad singing.
It seemed like he had to drop like an octave or whatever a couple times, and then it's funny. Like we've got a story, right? You and I. So we went and saw Counting Crows at Red Rocks with Rob Thomas opening, and what we noticed was Adam Duritz, the lead singer of Counting Crows, great voice, right?
Yeah.
But he's that album's now 20 years old now, at least. If not 20 years plus. But what we found was Mr. Jones, Round Here, some of those songs get pretty high, right?
Round Here was rough, too.
Adam Duritz had to really just change his whole vocal regime.
He almost let the crowd sing parts, Doug. Like he was just microphoning to the crowd. I think the only part he really, really sung was at the very beginning. I don't, Mr. Jones or no?
No.
Starts out with a little number that goes, sha la 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 la.
Yeah.
That's the beginning of the song. I think that's about all he sung.
Yeah.
Once it got to the Mr. Jones and me tell each other fairy tale. No, nothing. Couldn't hit it. Me, him, and Jev were like, we were at the show and we're like, damn, this blows. And Jev even told us, dude, last time I saw Duritz, I'm not going to lie, it wasn't great. He's like, I saw Duritz, Counting Crows, wasn't that pumped about it. Wasn't that good. Maybe he had a cold, but it felt like the guy couldn't sing well and hit the notes.
Catching up to
I think he's just old, dog. I think it's just vocals. It's
you should have gave Jevin, you like the Adam Sandler. This news would have been great if you wouldn't have given it to me yesterday. Dude, you should have had that clip ready. Oh, my God. That's what I would have told Jevin, because then we wouldn't have been at this show.
Yeah.
Because it was the worst.
No doubt.
So that's what Adam Levine seemed like he had to do. Not as bad. He still had some things, but he obviously had to kind of change his songs. And I know it's live, and I know there's a lot of production and all this stuff. But
still,
is he losing it?
I don't know. I can't say that for sure because the guy's it feels like he's so young and it feels like he's still
on so much stuff and he's so good.
Still putting out a ton of studio stuff. I just think that's a tough stage.
Yeah.
That's the very first time we've seen a performance of that magnitude probably in that stadium.
Yeah.
So could have been something to do with sound. Could have been. It felt to me almost like this is just my objective opinion from watching, but it felt like fear. Felt like he was fearful. It felt like everyone was fearful of making a mistake. They were fearful of how they were going to be received. They didn't do the press conference this week, so nobody saw him. They just didn't. It felt, that's the word I would use, fearful. It didn't feel like I own this moment. I step on this stage, the lights hit me, and I'm the man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take this thing down. It didn't feel like that.
Trying to stay under the radar.
Right.
They were under the radar. They dodged the radar with the press conference. The NFL said, no, we're not going to have this. Let's let the show.
I think that put them behind the 8 ball because Maroon 5 got a lot of scrutiny for that because a lot of people didn't do the research.
Right.
And they just blamed Maroon 5. These guys are bitches. They don't want to do the press conference. Yeah. This is the most softball press conference there is, and they just didn't want to do it. And blah blah blah.
Plus, they had the scrutiny of them still doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Aside from all
after
the
all the acts that had backed out,
all the Kaepernick stuff, with Cardi B and Jay-Z and all these other artists. So there's probably a lot of pressure. There's a lot of scrutiny, trying to lay low under the radar. But that kind of went into the performance, I believe, and that's my personal opinion as well.
It felt like it, dude. I just. Maybe it just wasn't their night. Maybe I had a bad night, but I'm with you. I think it was fearful, and I think that definitely led to a bad performance.
And it doesn't make me, unfortunately, it doesn't make me want to go see a live show.
I thought about that, and because
from Maroon 5.
I was just telling my lady like a couple days ago,
and I think they'd be great.
We got to go next time they come. I like these fools. They got a ton of hits. They got slaps. Just tons of hits. Like you go to the show and every song. It's one of those kind of bands. You know what I mean? Like they just have they've been around so long, dog. You think about that 02. 02 was the first like breakthrough out, bro.
The year after I graduated high school.
2 decades now.
Yeah,
that's insane.
We're 4 years away. We're 3 years away from 2 decades.
JJ, you were a toddler. I was just graduating high school.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
4 years away. I was right. I can't do math. I was counting with my fingers too. If you're watching on YouTube.
So I think that kind of hurt their brand a little bit. If you ask me, now somebody
I
who goes to a lot of shows,
go to a ton.
I go to a ton of shows, dude.
You're a show guy.
I mean, I used to be averaging 1 or 2 a week. I think.
Oh, you were showing out.
You
were shows. You were showed out. You were showed out, broed out.
Dude, what'd you think about the CGI of Travis Scott being morphed from the SpongeBob SquarePants to the comet that is coming into Mercedes-Benz?
Didn't see it.
Okay.
How did it look?
I'm pretty sure they actually took that clip from an actual episode because there is an episode in SpongeBob where they perform at the Super Bowl and everything.
Look at you.
And I would have rather had that than what happened in the Super Bowl.
I'm going to get to you. Cue the intro.
There you go. Drop some knowledge.
JJ, this is the second time now that we're coming out and saying, this is the shit that we need.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
This is good stuff. Adding something to the convo, throwing out a little knowledge.
Thank you.
Not getting your words too jumbled up. Not trying to take on too much.
Yeah.
You're like Floyd Mayweather. You just come in, get a couple jabs, and you're out.
Little quick
back out, dog.
Little quick steps. Quick jabs.
Exactly.
You're the best defensive speaker.
Love it.
Actually, it's not even defense, but he's the best defensive fighter. You're just jabbing and then you're out. Bam, jabbing, you're out.
That's
you're
it.
staying clean. That's what you do right there. You stay clean. You avoid yourself getting roasted. You don't get in over your head and start. That's all, folks.
Yeah. To some degree.
Yeah.
To some degree, and everything. None of that. That was good stuff.
So good. JJ, thank you.
Yeah.
We just went 5 minutes of praise for Stringer. All right. There was one more thing I wanted to cover on the halftime show. Oh, props. I'm sorry. Let's go into Super Bowl props. I'll start with some of the halftime show stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
I've never seen Bad Boy before. Or no, Big Boy.
Big Boy, yep.
Have you guys?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I'm big Outkast.
How was his performance? Because based off what I saw last night, that really didn't go.
Vocals were low.
Yeah.
It was really weird. It almost seemed like most Super Bowls that I see, it seems like they're very overproduced and they're very protective of the vocals. JT's, there was a lot of background vocals. There was a lot of vocal pitching, and it sounded really good. This year, they didn't do that for some reason. They just made them go out there like it was Saturday Night Live and sing, dude. Yeah. And unfortunately, you saw what happened. It sounded like Big Boy was very low. It didn't sound like he had any backup to his voice. So it was him. It was legit Big Boy, what you were getting live. But in that kind of arena, on that kind of stage, I think you've got to put some kind of dubbing behind them. Even when I do shows, or when I used to do shows, we would go, I would always put background dubbing on my sound, because I knew the venues we were going to, it's just going to make for a better show. It's not for any other reason other than I want the sound system here is not that great, and I want people to be able to understand what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm still going to be up there actually rapping and doing my shit, but it's just over a dubbed vocal, so it sounds more powerful. You know what I mean? It just gives it all the elements it needs to sound like the record sounds when you listen to it on iTunes. I wish they would have done that here.
But the thing is that I'm wondering, why wouldn't they give everything they got? Because it's literally the biggest stage they could ever be on.
I think it's one of those things, bro, that I think it was something to do with, or I think it was a couple different things. I think they threw them on kind of last minute. Maroon 5 was announced back in September at the beginning of the season. Yeah. These two fools, Travis Scott and Big Boy, weren't announced till a couple months ago, maybe. Yeah. So I think it was a kind of a last minute thing. I think it was the sound. I think it was a combination of a lot of things. And whoever the technical producer was of that halftime show opted to not go with background vocals. And I think that was a poor decision. Yeah. That's ultimately, I think it's their decision as the producers of the show. I don't think it's Big Boy or Maroon 5. I think they tell them the versions of the song they want. Hey, we strictly want an instrumental version. Hey, we want an instrumental version with low background vocals or pitched up vocals on the chorus. Stuff like that. You know, the rapping, we don't want any vocals, but we want vocals on the chorus behind you, so it sounds full. That's the word I was looking for earlier, not powerful. It just sounds more full, just like the record would. You know, like you listen to I Like the Way You Move, you can really hear the harmonies and I like the way you move. It sounds really full. It didn't sound that way last night. Right, it just sounded like a karaoke version of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, I guess the other argument is, you know, would you rather have this or would you rather have, you know, them actually not singing and just kind of, you know, mouthing, lip syncing to the music. So, I'm glad to have more of the authentic piece. So that's cool. But you're gonna run into production.
Who did that one year?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Did what?
Sorry. Lip sync.
At the Super Bowl, I think there's been
Britney Spears.
I think there's been quite a few people. Dude, I think Beyonce a couple years ago. There's just no way she can do all that dancing and maintain the vocal. It's not possible. So anyone that's doing a ton of dancing, like JT, yeah, dude, like JT last year, his was overly produced for sure. But he was dancing around the whole thing. He was running up and off the stage. Totally. He was doing, you know,
it was a great show.
It was a great show. A guy like Prince, I would say he's probably all vocals because he's standing there with a guitar. Yeah. You know, and it's not a ton of background vocals, but it's very quiet. It's just him and a guitar. You don't have all this noise going on from a whole big band and everything. He's just him and the guitar. Never meant to cause you any trouble. Never meant to cause you any pain. You know, Purple Rain, baby. That was one of the best. I think that's my favorite halftime show of all time. Prince singing Purple Rain in the rain, bro.
Doesn't get any better.
With the cymbal, guitar, like, come on.
Too cool.
Prince is so fire. And that press conference that year, I don't know if you guys remember this. He went out to the presser, and they basically were like, they go out and normally answer questions. Prince went out and said, you guys have any questions? Then he stepped back from the mic and he proceeded to rip down like 5 or 6 songs, dude. Just played a live show.
Really?
Didn't answer a question. Ripped down 5 or 6 songs live and walked off. Fire, dude. So sick. Like sick. Super sick. Like Prince was just he was the man.
Yeah,
dude.
he was.
Such a G. But prop bets. So prop bets, let's start out with Maroon 5 because we're talking about halftime show. First song to be played. We'd spent a lot of time on that the last cast. And first song to be played by Maroon 5, you know what it was? Harder to Breathe. We talked about it.
Correct.
That there was not on the list.
It was not
songs.
On the list?
No, we had not on my betting side anyway, and not on the songs we went over on Thursday.
Sure.
Harder to Breathe was not there.
Yeah.
So you would have had to choose any other song, and that was the worst odds on the board. Any other song was minus 700. But that's what won. So you would have had to put up $70 just to win 10. 700 to win 100. But you would have been right.
Yep.
You would have been right. If you would have gone with any other song, Harder to Breathe was it. It wasn't on the list, and it was any other song.
Is it even worth it at that point?
I had a bunch of people hitting me up trying to get prop bets, and like people from the cast, like dude, my DMs are so flooded with people like, hey, Charlie, man, you think you could lock in some props for me? And I was just like so busy. I was already having a crazy hectic weekend. Like, so I'm sorry I didn't get back to all you guys. I was just insane, dude. It was insane. Between the bets I was already locking in, my own stuff. My uncle's getting me. You saw Roselli yelling at me at the thing. Well, Jay's still busy getting everybody else's bets in. I couldn't even get any bets in. I only got $20 riding on the Pats. You know, just all annoyed. I'm like, Roselli, chill out. You see me over here. He's like, oh, I seen you. You're having a rough day. I seen you. Looks like you're getting shot in the Kevlar's. He said the Kevlar's just coming off, and now you're actually getting them in the ribs. He's like, you were taking it for a while. That's what he told me, dude. He saw me. Dude, he saw me melting down. He just saw how bad my weekend was going. He saw how hectic Super Bowl day was at my crib. Like, he was just trying to cheer me up, you know, but he's like, dude, I see it. You got freaking, you came in here bulletproof vest up, ready for war, and boom, you started getting shot and the Kevlar just started falling off. It was so funny, dude.
He goes on so many tangents.
Yeah, he's so classic. Dude, if you just want to listen to a guy talk, there's no shortage.
Yeah.
That guy will talk your ear off. Talk your face off.
Dude, Robin last night when I got home, she's like, I really like Roselli, because she had never met Berta, Roselli, any of these.
Yep.
And she's like, I had a really good time. She's like, but Dallas, you always do this. And I'm like, what? And she's like, whenever you get by somebody who has an accent or has some sort of way of talking, she's like, you try to mirror that. Are you trying to do that to make others feel comfortable, or do you know you're even doing that? And I said, Robin,
yeah, there's no way you even know.
You suck. And I was just like, nah, man, I don't know. It's cool, but you do.
I don't think you even know you do it, because I've been around you so many situations you do that, and you don't even notice. Yeah. You're like, just chameleon. You're chameleon. You just blend in.
Like if somebody talks kind of, with a Hispanic dialect that's not speaking Spanish or Latin or anything like that, they just have kind of that dialect. Yeah. I think I try not meaning to, but I think I end up just kind of trying to use that same dialect.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's super weird.
I hear it,
and I don't mean to.
You take this guy over to the Burger King on Federal, and he comes back and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you guys doing? Yeah, what's going on?"
Like, and I think some people, if you didn't know me, might take offense to it. I don't know,
right?
And I don't think about that.
Dude, well, we have a bunch of homies here at the shop that talk like that, and I fucking always do that imitation. They love it. I think it's classic because, like, my homie Brian here, nicest guy in the world. Probably JJ. I mean, can you meet a nicer guy than Brian? Brian Alfaro.
It's hilarious when he talks.
It's so great, dude, because that's just him. He has that little accent, and he's like, hey, what's up, Brian? Oh, I'm just doing some tattoos, and I don't know. She wants this big like lion over here with a clock on the bottom. She's gonna and then we're gonna do some dark shading across the top. It's gonna be sick, dude. It's gonna be fire. Nice. That's just how he talks. It's so cool, dude. I just fucking love it, and I want to imitate it. So when him and I talk, I kind of throw that out sometimes, and he just laughs, and everyone around laughs. It's tight, dude. It's just it's a cool thing. I'm like you. I love accents. I love the way Roselli talks. I just like unique voices. I kind of get told I have a unique voice. I don't really feel like I do, but people hit me up all the time like, you have a unique voice. I like listening to you. It's something about your voice that I could just listen to, no matter what you're talking about. So I thank God. I'm praying for that.
Are you sure they weren't talking to Springsteen?
I think they were saying Springsteen has the sickest radio voice that we've seen.
Okay,
better face for radio, but great radio voice
for sure. Dude, you know what? I was just doing some self-reflecting as you were saying all this.
Yes,
because we're starting to get good at that.
We're trying
to get good at that.
I'm still learning.
Just like the F-bombs, we're trying to.
We're making a conscious effort. I don't like trying. We're making a conscious effort.
I get it from my mom. I just thought about it.
Get it from my mom.
My mom does the same thing.
Accents?
And dude, I'm thinking about when I was a kid and she's ordering food at a Mexican. But my mom is.
Your mom's Hispanic, yeah.
But I'm thinking about all these different things while you're. I got this best voice, and people tell me I'm thinking about all this. Where am I?
I don't think I do, but I get that.
But people are saying that. Yeah, so I'm thinking about all this. I'm like, where the hell do I get that? Because that might be true. My mom.
Your mom says does it?
Dude, when she goes to a Mexican restaurant, all of a sudden her Mexican comes out like super heavy, and she's like, blah 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 blah. I want these enchiladas. I mean, this is so like she's pico de gallo. Like all of a sudden she's like this Latin rapper. I'm like,
all of a sudden she's sicario,
and I hated it. And I hated it when I was a kid.
Why?
Dude. I'm like, why is she doing that? She's embarrassing me.
Oh,
why is she
weird.
trying to be like them when she's not? When she's this? I hear,
but she is though. It's part of her culture.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that when I was a kid. Your
perception was off. Yeah.
And I was just, why, Mom? Why do you gotta embarrass me like that?
Right.
And she was always the one, who, she's a school teacher, right?
Dallas, be happy on your heritage.
Yeah. Dallas, you're lucky, you know what I'm saying? I just can't believe you. I was embarrassed by me.
Right.
You know, it just
you're embarrassed by me.
I just, dude, she's, you know, but
oh my God, I'm dead.
but it's awesome. But now I can look back at it. You know, I'm not embarrassed by her at all, man. She's still crazy. There's no doubt about it. But she was always, you know, school teacher, so I'd go to the same school, of course, dude. Every holiday, whether it's Cinco de Mayo, whether it's Dr. Seuss's birthday, she's dressing up. Dude, that was the worst when I was a kid.
I think it's cool.
It was, but now
you're a kid.
But when I was a kid, I was just embarrassed, dog. I was like,
you're just embarrassed of your parents.
My mom's got like these long dangly earrings, you know, that like you can push things and they light up and the shirt lights up and she's got the shoes and she's got the makeup for the Dr. Seuss and I'm just like, Mom, why are you doing this to me, man? I'm just trying to grow up and not get my ass whooped.
Just trying to live. Yeah,
trying to live. But now I think it's the coolest thing ever. So she's a special needs teacher, K through 5.
Okay.
So dude, she has done this because obviously she cares and she loves to dress up, but it's for the kids, man. She does it all for the kids.
Trick love the kids.
Yeah, dude.
You know how it goes.
So,
That's cool.
But
yeah, that's super
little
cool.
Side note. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I think we're. Oh yeah, prop bets. I'm sorry. So Harder to Breathe, first one. You would have cashed. You would have cashed on that if you picked any other song. Let me see a couple other ones, man. These are a couple big ones that you would have cashed on. The Rams' first touchdown scorer. What would you? What do you think you would have cashed on that one? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You would have cashed not shit.
Yeah, because there was no touchdowns.
But you could have bet none. That was the bet.
What were the odds?
Plus 2,000.
Wow.
20 to 1, basically.
Oh my God.
I know. Plus 2 G's, dude. Your $10 wins you $200 on that. But who thought the Rams aren't scoring a tutty?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody. But if you did bet that, congrats to you, sir. I'd love to hear from you on the cast, and you are richer.
Yeah. I bet CJ Anderson is my MVP.
If you put 100 on, he won 2 G's, dude. Wow. But I don't know if anyone's put 100 on it. But I know CJ Anderson for MVP. I lost 50 on that, but
the odds were decent.
The odds were too good, dude. Yeah. Too good. And we were looking good. Going into the fourth, it was 3-3.
Yeah.
We were like, I was like, dude, we just need CJ Anderson to fall over the goal line. He's going to win the MVP. Like, if he can just break one, he doesn't have to go Marshawn Lynch 07 in Seattle, breaking every tackle on the field. But just run down there, bust a couple, and make a cool run for me, please. Yeah. I'm trying to cash $1,250 real quick.
Totally.
$50 to win $1,250. Took it out.
And I had 10 to win $250.
Take that L on the way out.
Yeah, 10 to win $250 on him. Yeah. First pass attempt for Tom Brady being an interception, dude. Odds on that plus 2,600.
Wow.
Yep. So 100 bucks would have won you 2,500. You would have done $10. You would have won 250 or 260.
Who would have thought?
I know. Nuts. Super nuts. Julian Edelman, Super Bowl MVP, plus 2,000 as well.
Wow.
So, dude, if we would have even just gone on Edelman, bro.
Yeah.
Edelman was only 500 less than CJ Anderson. Could have cashed there. That was a big one.
Yeah.
First penalty enforced. If you had unsportsmanlike conduct, that's plus 550. Los Angeles Rams cornerback Nickel Roby-Coleman.
Speaking of
questionable call, but he got an unnecessary roughness on Rex Burkhead. Go ahead.
I don't mean to be that guy. I will say if I had the money, I would have bet on the Patriots. But were there some instances where there should have been a flag thrown on the Patriots?
I didn't really.
Because I feel like it was really one-sided there through most
I thought they
of the
let
game.
them play.
Yeah.
I thought they were letting them play. I thought there was no difference from this to the AFC NFC Championship
Rams
games.
were taking L's left and right, and it seemed like
I feel like in the playoffs overall, they let them play.
Yeah.
They really let them play. I think
there's a little bit more of that. You look at the New Orleans game. We don't even want to talk about the penalties and the missed calls and that shit.
But that's the thing. They let them play. That's why there was no call.
Yeah.
They literally were, dude, during the playoffs, they were letting these, unless it was completely obvious, like an offsides lined up, a false start, they were letting them play, dude. The hand fighting, the jabbing.
Is that just new now?
The PI. No, it's just something they do in the playoffs. I think every year in the playoffs, this stuff gets ramped up. You have an officials meeting, and I think they go over and it's like, hey, man, if it's not completely obvious, if it's not, just let him go. Let him play. And I think that's what happened in the Rams-Saints game. Unfortunately, that guy, for some reason, had his vantage point. It was too quick for him. He missed it, whatever the case may be, but he didn't know for sure, so he didn't call it. And that's obviously, we know what happened. But
I like the lack of calls or the let him play. I thought the game was actually reffed super well last night. And I think the plays that could have been called maybe during the regular season that we might have seen, man, I thought the timing of the actual hits, like say, what's his name? Was it Cooks in the end zone?
Yes.
That hit was was perfect, dude.
Perfectly timed,
like,
not
it was
helmet
a perfectly
to helmet.
timed hit.
Yep.
There was no defenseless receiver there. It was just a perfect breakup, and there was a few of those.
Let's talk about Goff not seeing him though, dude. That was a touchdown and a half. He was standing there for 5 minutes. He set up a campsite.
I know.
He was freaking camping out back there.
He aired that ball out. That ball seemed like it took forever to drop.
It
gave that Patriots defender
he saw him
time.
late, and then he put way too much air under it. It was just Goff made 2 mistakes there, which I didn't think. I said previously I didn't think he would do because Pat Mahomes did the same thing against the Patriots. He just made some mistakes. He hit some balls late. He didn't see guys streaking across the middle, and they were open. Goff did the same thing, dude. They just confused him, and he wasn't able to make the throws in the big time situations.
Agreed.
First touchdown scorer for the Patriots, Sony Michel, plus 500. You would have cashed plus 500 on that, so 10 to win you 50.
We both took Gronk.
Yep.
Not just for the Patriots, but for the whole entire first touchdown score to the Super Bowl.
Dude, you were looking so good. We were all cheering for you. Me and Roselli, everyone's like, "Oh, Dallas," because he has Gronk. It's he's got $10 on Gronk to win. I think, what was he, plus 2,000? It was like 200.
Yeah.
10 to win 200 on Gronk if he caught the first touchdown pass. And he catches that long ball and he gets tackled down at the 3,
like
dude.
At the 3-yard line.
Of course, Sony Michel punches it in. But that's Dow 2 Super Bowls, not in a row, but a couple years ago we told the story of him betting 50 on the Atlanta Falcons to win 1,700 before the season started. And they were up 28-6 at halftime and got blown out by the Patriots.
It was like 50 to 1 odds, 50 or 60 to 1 odds.
Ripped your heart out,
dude.
And then yesterday you go the whole game. You're in the fourth quarter, mid fourth quarter, and you get a pass to Gronk and he gets tripped up at the 3.
Tripped up at the 3
for $200, dude.
Dude, I looked at that in slow mo so many times just to see if he was actually touched.
Right.
And of course, one of the as he tripped, one of the defenders actually hit like their leg hit him or something.
Clipped him,
And I was like, I was just looking, but no.
Gatorade shower, Roselli cashed on this.
Yeah.
I told you guys it was gonna be blue.
Did you?
You did?
I don't remember that from the cash.
Let the record show.
I'm gonna have to.
I
I'm gonna
said it was blue.
I'm gonna have to get the tape.
Yeah, we're gonna have to run it back.
Yeah.
Before I give you that kind of cred.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe next week we'll give you the cred.
So that was plus 400.
Was it?
So I've cashed on the Gatorade shower.
Yeah,
you had orange.
Orange.
I took the orange.
I had clear or water. Nothing. No love there. First score of the game, a field goal. If you had that was plus 350. Easy $35 off your 10. Nothing, no crazy odds, but that one there. And then the last one, total QB sacks for the Rams, under 1.5. If you took that, you cashed plus 125. So just a little bit above your money there.
Gotcha.
Would probably been 10 to win 12 or 1250, whatever it is, depending on if your site does change. So that's kind of what we're looking at with the props. Anything surprise you along that arena a little bit? Other than the score, I mean, that was the obvious thing for me. Just who saw that coming? No one saw the score being, especially with the Rams.
Wasn't that the
high scoring,
lowest scoring game in Super Bowl history?
Something like that, and it was also the first game to go in the fourth quarter with no touchdowns. First Super Bowl ever to go in the fourth quarter, no touchdowns on the board. I know, nuts.
Just an old ground and pound game.
Can you say that Wade Phillips did his job that night?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think both defenses on both sides. We were talking about this before the cast. I think New England just does such a great job of confusing you in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl because they don't run the same scheme that you're seeing them run throughout the year. They mix up so much stuff. They give you a completely different look. So you go to research their defense and what they just ran against Kansas City, and it's the Chargers, and it's completely different in the Super Bowl, and it's completely different from what they ran in the regular season. So they just do. You can't give Belichick 2 weeks to prepare, man. I know Philly beat him a year ago, but if you're betting against the Patriots with 2 weeks to prepare, it's not the smart money, in my opinion. I didn't think it would be low scoring like this. I told you, I think the Rams offense will be like the Chiefs offense. They'll have trouble in the first half. They'll go in, they'll make some adjustments at halftime. They'll come out, not that they put 31 on the board like Mahomes did, but I thought they'd come out and put some points up. And that just speaks to the lack of adjustments there.
Right.
You saw what the Patriots did in the first half. And the only way to beat the Patriots is you have to be a great adjustment team from quarter to quarter and half to half. And if you can't make adjustments, if you just come in here and say, hey, we play a 3-4 defense, we're going to continue to play a 3-4 defense, let me see what you got. Yeah. If you go in there like that against the Patriots, they're going to kill you because you got to have a different game plan. You got to have something you haven't shown on tape, and you got to be prepared for what you haven't seen on tape. And that's so hard to do.
Yeah.
And they just do such a good job of that.
Well, and I think the Patriots are obviously really good game time managers as well. So if you look at time of possession, so the first half it was double. So Patriots had double the time.
Biggest
of possession.
stat in the game right there. Time of possession.
So with the total game, it ended up being like 33.10, and then on the Rams side 26.5. So it was a lot closer because the second half the time of possession wasn't. But dude, the first half was double time of possession on the Patriots side. So they're just great game time managers. You leave Brady with the time, you're in trouble. That's just it.
I had a song ready to go, dude. I was going to play an intro song. I thought the Pats, if they were going to lose, that song that goodbye Brady, goodbye gone.
Oh yeah.
Goodbye I had a little remix, dog. I was going to be goodbye Brady, goodbye Gronk, goodbye champs, goodbye Pats,
Nice.
goodbye Brady. Yeah, I was going to drop that, but I went ahead and stayed up all night recording the remix, and then the Pats won. So
Sick remix.
yeah, it was fire. I just, I do. I don't want that to go to waste. Thought about that while I was just taking a poop,
you probably should have added Edelman in there somewhere because him being EVP.
But he's not going anywhere, really.
The Patriots aren't going to be able to afford him because that's what they do. They get rid of people for that.
He's staying. Did you see that embrace after when Tracy Wolfson was trying to get to Tom and interview him after the game?
Yeah.
Dude, they hugged for 5 minutes. Brady or Edelman's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Also,
might be the first time Patriots ever paid anybody then.
dude, no, I don't think they pay him. I think he stays on his own accord and takes less money because he doesn't want to leave Tom Brady and the Belichick and the system. That's who he is. Okay, check this out, dude. June 8th, 2017, Edelman signed a 2-year contract for $11 million. That was a contract extension with the Patriots, $9 million guaranteed through the 2019 season. So he's got 1 year left on his deal. He'll be there through 2019, and then he's a free agent. Dude, he's on a 2-year deal for $11 million. That guy's so much more valuable than that.
Yeah.
He's so much more. Emmanuel Sanders is getting, name a receiver. Name a top-tier receiver. They're getting more money in that. This guy is their target. That is, dude, he carried them through the playoffs. He carried them through down the stretch.
Yeah.
Him being...
And came off that ban.
Right. Wasn't he busted up in last year's Super Bowl against Philly? That might have been, if he sat out there, that might have been...
hip or ankle or foot, something.
Yep. So that might have been different. I think the guy's great, dude. I think Edelman's a freaking stud. The fact that he played he played quarterback in college at Kent State. And he transferred, become one of the elite slot receivers in the NFL. That's fire, dude. So I don't think Edelman's going anywhere. I think he'll sign another small deal like that after this is done next year. Probably sign another 2-year deal. Maybe he'll do a little 1-year deal. But I don't think Edelman doesn't strike me as a guy that's like, no, he's not Le'Veon Bell. He's not Antonio Brown. You know what I mean? I need this much money or I'm going somewhere else. It's not Julian Edelman, dude. He's going to be there. He's going to stay there. I see him retiring before I see him leaving New England. It might be a bold statement, but I do. I don't think the money and I don't think all that stuff's that important to him. I think legacy and playing around Tom and being a part of Boston and being a part of the Patriots.
That's where he's gonna get his rings at.
That's what's important to him, dude.
Dude, future Hall of Famer all of a sudden.
You think so?
Maybe.
I don't know what his stats are. That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
We can look it all up. Go ahead.
Because he won his 6th Super Bowl. What does this mean for Tom Brady?
Oh, dude, what do you mean? He's the GOAT. He was already the GOAT.
I know. Like, is he going to continue, though?
Oh, yeah. He said a 0% chance of retirement this week.
Oh,
they asked him multiple times. Now, that could be complete BS. We don't know, but I don't see him retiring. If you're Tom Brady, check this out. This is how I look at it. If I'm looking out of Tom Brady's glasses, okay, I'm looking at a game that's changed to benefit me more than ever. All the rules have changed to benefit the offense. Yeah. It's easier for me to play than ever. I don't get touched as much. I'm not getting hit, and if I am, they're getting penalized. Yeah. So I'm not getting banged around like quarterbacks used to. Yeah. Why? I'm making a ton of money. I'm still playing at a high level. What would be the reason to retire?
To spend more time with his family.
Which he alluded to, but they're there. He brings them.
He brings them around, and dude,
he's talked about the awesome balance that he and his wife Giselle have with the kids, and he makes damn sure that when it's go time, that he's committed to the team. But when that's over, he's committed to the family, and it works. Yeah. He said that many times.
The dynamic they have works. Plus, it's not like he's going to be gone for another decade playing football. Yeah. You know what I mean? He wants to play till 45, maybe a few more years. I could see it happening at this point. I don't see any slowing down. So I could see him playing till 45. That's what he's been saying. That's what he wants to do. And the rules and the way the game is changing have benefited that, and they're allowing for that. I don't see why you would retire. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'd say.
Do you think the Rams are going to go back, though?
I think the Rams are a good young team. It's so funny. We talked about this last show. Everyone's talking about dynasty Rams. Is the Rams new dynasty? They didn't win one yet.
Yeah.
Let them win a Super Bowl first. We're talking about dynasty. You guys are clowns. This whole internet age of everything, everyone wants everything now, and you want to make the speculation now, and you want to judge LeBron James now and compare him to Michael Jordan now. It's not always now, guys. Just sit in the moment. Enjoy the shit. Enjoy watching LeBron be great, and then we'll talk about it after. Let him complete his career first. Same thing with Brady. Like, stop trying to push the guy out the door. Like, he's still doing work. He's still got work to do. You know what I mean? Guy's still doing stuff. So the Rams will be there. They'll be there. They'll be around.
And how much is Elway regretting?
St. Louis?
Regretting his life.
Who is?
Elway.
Oh, Elway. Sorry, I think I said LA. Regretting his life? I don't think so that much.
It was just more of a joke because half our team was lost to that.
Springsteen, bring a comedy flavor to the show. Thanks. Oh, sorry, JJ. That's fucked up.
I was going to try to do the Kawhi myself.
Oh, you were?
But I don't think I can.
Let me hear it. Close.
I'll practice.
I'll give you half a Twix for that one.
Half a Twix.
Left or right side? Which you want?
Take the right.
Nice.
Oh, and a cool little thing I found out. Apparently, because of all the promotions and everything, Uber put out their own. And according to the terms, apparently the city who lost, which was Los Angeles, gets a free ride after the final whistle up to 60 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. And it's funny because the statement they put out was Uber Rewards keeps life moving when life gets in the way, like when the saddest fans on earth just want to go home and cry a little.
Nice. That's pretty cool of Uber, though.
Yeah.
Giving out, it's a good business model or a good business move, marketing move.
Yeah.
Promo and everything. I think that kind of wraps up the props and all the stuff I wanted to hit on for the Super Bowl, the game. I don't really have too much more on the game. Do you have anything more on the game, Dal? Anything more to cover? I think I'm
good.
I mean,
I think everybody watched it.
Yeah, you know what's up.
We just recapped.
Last thing I have on the Super Bowl, a little security story. Did you see that? See the fan... Man attempts to break into the Patriots locker room by wearing a fake security jacket, dude. And it's the exact jacket that these fools got. There's a little video here you can check out. And it's basically just shows him trying to get in. It shows him acting like he's on the phone, which is a classic move. Yeah. That's a classic sneak-in move. Love that one. You know me with the parking ticket. So... He's trying to be on the phone, then they bust him like, yo, dude, and they're asking him, yo, where'd you get this jacket, bro? Like, where'd you get the jacket? Where'd you get the jacket? And they're continually asking him, and he looks a little shell-shocked.
Sure.
I wish it would have showed him taking off running, but that would have been funny. But when asked where he got the security jacket from, he replied simply, she gave it to me.
She gave it to me.
Oh, it's funny stuff. Have you guys ever, that brings up another topic here, have you guys ever snuck into a sporting event or snuck into a show or a concert? What's the biggest thing you've snuck into and got caught or not got caught? And that's for you guys in the YouTube comments too. I'd like to hear your stories. What do you think? For any of you guys? I'll start with mine if you don't have any. Mine was the March Madness tournament at the Pepsi Center when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. Me and the homie Diaz went down there. We just wanted to watch a bunch of games. So we went down, you know how it kicks off super early, like 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. in March Madness. We found it was early on in Pepsi Center. I think Pepsi Center opened in 01, and this was either like 02 or 03. I was in high school. We went down there. We found this back door that someone came out of, and we were able to kind of pry it, pull it back open. It didn't close all the way. Yeah. We snuck in and went up all the flights of stairs, dude, through the back and snuck in. And as we're getting to the top, this security lady, we hear her open the door at the top of the stairs, and we're like, oh man, we're fucked. You know, we're screwed. Yeah. So I act like I'm on the phone. Same stunt. I'm like, yeah, mom, no problem. And she's like, hey, what are you guys doing over here? This is a restricted area. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just had a phone call. It was super loud in there. Walked through the door and got in. And which is not, it's not good. Like, it's not, it's not good to be lying to people like that.
Right.
Really trying to avoid that in my life. Yeah. Especially moving forward.
Totally.
But it's a funny thing that happened. I mean, we were young kids. We snuck into a dang March Madness basketball game.
That was pretty quick and witty, though.
It was slick, dude. It was super slick.
Slick Rick.
And, well, it was my boy Diaz that had the idea. He was like, yo, dude, just act like you're on the phone. And I did. Right when she came through, he's like, yo, if anyone talks to us, act like you're on the phone. Boom, I pulled out the phone. She's like, okay, you can stand right here. You guys got to come back in here. She didn't check our tickets or nothing. And so we literally went in there and we stayed for all the games. We stayed from 10 a.m. to like 8 p.m. every single game that went on that day because they would like clear people out. We would just go and like hide in the bathroom and we just stayed all day and watched every single March Madness game. It was fire.
Dang.
It was super fire. It was like the round of 32 too. It wasn't even like great basketball. Like it was early in the tournament, but it was still cool. Like I still had a good time. It's still a memory that sticks in my mind. Just me and one of my homies. What's that?
Was that big when CU was good at basketball?
No, it was before. They were good. They were good in like.
Why was it at the Pepsi Center to begin with?
They just had in March Madness tournament, they pick a host city for each area.
I didn't know if it was because CSU or CU
nothing to do with Colorado. I don't even know that we had any schools in the tournament.
Oh, really?
Nah, strictly just one of the destinations that's kind of in the middle. They'll do that with here, Kansas, Utah. Like they'll just have certain destinations for the round of 64 and 32. Then they'll have another destination for the round of 16 and 8. Elite 8, then they'll have a final destination for the Final Four and the national championship. So that's kind of how it works, just different cities, different arenas. You guys have anything, anywhere you've snuck in or any stuff like that?
I think for me, not necessarily where I snuck in, but I got taken in somewhere by a band. So so that's kind of cool, right? So
that is cool. Super cool.
Yeah, so I was in Utah. I can't remember if I was at Park City or just in Salt Lake City at this certain venue. It was a very, very small venue, and it was this all-girl band. So I was living in Utah kind of by myself, but I moved up there to my sister and her husband at the time lived up there, so I was helping her husband deliver Utah Yellow Pages. So I was living out there for 6 months, just kind of getting paid cash week by week, and just wanted to kind of get out of Denver. I was kind of running from a relationship. I had a girl that I was dating at the time that had a kid. Didn't work out multiple times, so this was one of my times where I just went away and a new start, right?
Yeah.
So I went there, and this hard rock band named Drain STH, all-woman fucking hard rock band. There's my one F word for the day.
I mean, if it makes sense, if it's in there, whatever.
These guys were super, super dope at the time, and they were really, really big. Like 1998, 99, they made some Ozfest, that kind of stuff, big tours like that. But they were performing at this like small bar, and I just can't remember if it was Salt Lake City or Park City or Park City, Utah. But I went and watched them, and dude, there was like 20 people in there. So, and this was a big band at that time.
Yeah.
And they had been a big band earlier, years earlier. And so I was watching them, and then at the end of it, they actually did a meet and greet because there was nobody in the venue. So I went and, bought some merch and just kind of talked to them, chilled out or whatever. After that, they actually invited me to a room back in the venue just to kind of have, some drinks with them and just kind of hang out and just talk with them. So that was awesome, man. So I got to hang out with this band that I had seen. This was my second time seeing them because I also saw them in 1999 when they opened for Creed at the what is it, the Lincoln Noble Center or Lloyd Noble Center at OU? The OU basketball stadium?
I have no idea.
Something Noble Stadium, the Lloyd Noble or Lincoln Noble,
okay.
I think is what it is. But with my homies, I saw these guys in 1999. It was these guys, then Our Lady Peace, and then Creed. Dude was the headliner.
Yeah.
So that was 99. So then in Utah, I think it was probably 05. And so that band I had seen, saw them again. They actually invited me to just have some drinks in their room afterwards, which was super cool, man.
That's sick.
So, I thought that was kind of cool, but didn't have to sneak in anything.
Yeah, if you guys have any stories in the comments, leave them below, man. Did you get busted? Did you get away with it? I got away with mine. That was really the only big thing I've snuck into.
Yeah.
I guess the premiere of 8 Mile wasn't really sneaking in. I snuck out of my house in my junior year of high school, I think that was. Snuck out of the house.
11s?
What's that?
Was that in your 11s?
That was not in the Jordan 11s. I learned my lesson. I went out the window that time. I didn't try to sneak out through the kitchen wearing Jordan 11s if that were squeaking. If you guys missed that story, I got caught sneaking out of my house because Jordan 11s squeak like a mug when you first buy them.
That is true.
They just squeak so bad, dude. Just walking across the kitchen floor, got busted in the 11s.
You can literally hear the toe box creasing as you walk.
The patent leather.
Yeah.
So it was I got busted there. But no, I got out of the crib, went to the 8 Mile. It was like a sneak peek too, because it was on a Thursday night before it comes out Friday. Late night after the theater was like closed. It was like after midnight, dude. And my parents were not having that on a school night.
Right.
And I snuck out, went to 8 Mile, and the homie Allie that worked at the thing, she like invited a bunch of us. So it was a bunch of us from our class, like a bunch of friends. It was probably like 20 of us that went and just rolled in there like 20 deep and watched 8 Mile on the sneaks the night before it came out. Super, super sick. I just remember my friend Huey was rolling in. Where's the show at? He's all fucked up. Drank. Where's the show at, fool? I'm trying to see this fool rap. What's up? Just it was wild. Fun times. But let's move on. We have so much sneakers and fashion, dude, and we're deep into the cast already. So let's jump into that. We spent a lot of time on Super Bowl, appropriately, but let's jump into sneakers and fashion. Where do you want to start, Del? You want to start with the shock drop?
Yeah, I'll start with the shock drop, man.
Are you mad?
Yeah, I'm pretty mad about it.
Are you going to roast me?
I need 3 pairs.
You do need 3 pairs of these?
I do.
Why?
It's that and the Bread 4 is what got me in the sneaker game.
We're talking about the 6s. We're talking about the infrared or varsity red 6, whatever we're talking about. If you don't know, if you don't follow me on socials, you should be. It's at OMG, it's TTF. You should also be following the podcast on Instagram at Most Underrated Podcast. So check that out as well. We're constantly uploading new content on the story there and everything on that page. So check that out. But if you're not following, I got lucky, man. I hit the shock drop on the Jordan 6. Just super, super lucky, dude. Just got in. Yeah. I copped them. I tried to text you afterwards. It was already gone. None of my friends got into the. It's just I got plugged. I got plugged with info. Got super lucky, and I know you're mad. I should have gone for the 10. I don't like Jordan 6s that much. Yep. I do want this pair. I've told you about the Lego I have that matches it, and I kind of want them for the collection. Possibility of wearing them is about this big. I might wear them. Really? There's a possibility. When I get them, we'll see.
How big is your Lego thing?
It's like probably about this big, like the shoe.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's probably like a little kid's size Jordan, whatever it's called. Or Jordan.
Did it come in its own set, or did you just build that? Or
it's from a company called Net Magnetism. They really? Made them. Yeah, they did a couple different little drops of seasons of different styles of Jordans. Oh, so wow. Yeah, pretty dope. And that was one of them. So same thing with you. I've always been a fan of the infrared 6. I just hate the way the 6 feels. I don't have any 6s. The last 6 I had in my collection,
extremely bulky. Just to begin with.
Yeah, they feel like wearing cardboard, dog. Yeah. Just feels like you're walking around in cardboard. That's why.
Well, you were telling me on the sides and everything, where it kind of comes out and then comes back in, kind of those little bumps on the sides. Some of them are soft, some of them are as hard as a rock.
Yeah. Yep. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. But so I'm not a huge fan of the 6s in that aspect, but I do like the silhouette. I do like just the wearing them is tough. Yeah. Sal, remember the other day we were talking to Sal, he's an artist here, and he's like, yeah, 6s, I don't know. If I look down, it looks like I have bowling shoes on. He's like, I can't do it. I just feel weird. But let's take a look at some sneakers here. Let me bust these out. We got a couple. Let me see.
Couple pairs to review.
So let's go ahead and take a look at these right here. These are actually the homie Dallas went ahead and got these. Went ahead and copped them early. Go ahead and block the camera if you would, Dallas. That'd be great.
No, those cameras.
Flip the box. Oh no, this one says still 145. Yeah, it still says it's good. So open that up, bro. And get yourself a little look at that there. A little early. What? Got you plugged. So don't worry. You got the shoe. I know you need 3 pairs. We still need 2 more. Retail cop, just Venmo me. No big deal.
Holy shit. Where'd you...
2 flat with shipping. Don't worry. Just 2 flat. Hit me on the Venmo as soon as this cast is over. You got the 3M in there. Chris Roberts saw me the other day, took a photo. 3M. They smell terrible though. They smell. That's how 6s are though. They smell so chemically.
This is not the one smell with that nice glue. No. This is chemical.
6s.
This is hazardous
6s
waste.
and 7s have that. It's weird. Well, because I think it's the nubuck. To be honest with you, that nubuck, whatever they put on that nubuck, smells a little shitty.
Almost like a repellent of some sort that they maybe spray on it or protect it.
Yeah. Something. Don't worry about it. That's the first pair. So we need a couple more. The thing that let's take a look at them real quick. We got the Nike Air on the back. No, you can.
I'll pull it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we got the Nike Air on the back, which is really, really dope, obviously. But then you got the 3M hits in here. Super, super cool.
Inside those breathable holes or whatever.
Yep.
Or should be.
You've got on the lace lock. They went back to old school. You got Nike on one side, and you've got the Jumpman on the other side. Some of them just have Nike. Some of them just have Jumpman. This is pretty rare that they've done Nike and Jumpman. I think it's happened one other time, maybe 2 other times. They've retroed this shoe quite a bit. I don't know the number, but I know they've come out with just different countdown packs. They've had this shoe out.
The original release is 91, obviously when he wore it, and then 2004, and then 2011.
Yeah,
that sound right?
Something like that. Yep. So yeah, man.
I don't have anything to say, man. I'm just in awe.
What do you mean?
Now. I don't even know what to. This is like you when you got the seat. Like I don't even know what to say.
The Royal Rumble chair?
I know it's not a gift, but like it's a gift because you got me the shoe.
Right.
That I need 3 pairs of.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, you got them early.
One
you wanted
down,
them early.
2 to go, man.
You said you wanted them early. I tried to make that happen for you. I got lucky on the shock drop on sneakers. You were a little jelly. I knew the shit was coming in. I wasn't worried. I knew I got lucky on the shock drop, and you still got them before me. So happy birthday. You need 3 pairs? I got you on the first one.
Man.
Just got you the hooks. Big shout out to the plug on this one. I want to blow up my spot. Sfoot doesn't want no credit. He doesn't want to be mentioned. So just big shout out to the plug, man. Wow. Big plug time on these joints.
That's amazing, man. This is one of the this is obviously, don't tell Robin, this is the coolest thing that's happened to me this year so far.
Dude, you got him. I'm so glad he came over yesterday for Super Bowl and he's like, dude, I need that shoe so bad, man. You don't even know, bro. I almost just paid a resale for him. I almost just paid $265. I was like, oh my God, do not pay $265. These are going to be everywhere. It's going to be like the Concords. Yeah. It's going to be similar to the Concords, I think. You're going to be able to get them, but they're still going to be hard to get because everyone wants them.
I just got so impatient, man. I was just like, at this point, like we've talked about earlier in some of the casts, you and I are blessed to have to pay resale if it's the price that we're okay with, right? Yep. We've talked about that multiple times. At this point, like when you want something so bad, sometimes you can even name your price. Being realistic.
Yeah.
And $265, I didn't give a shit. I was gonna pay it. But man, I'm happy to have them for retail. I'm happy to have them early. These don't come out till 16th.
16th
is the actual global.
Yep.
Man.
16th. You got them
killing it this
early.
month.
I'm gonna call in to work today. I'm calling into work today.
Just take a me day for today.
Yeah, this is a me day.
Let's look at another pair. These are actually the homie Joey's. I know you said you're trying to get these two.
The box is so sick.
So yeah, maybe just put the Jordans to the side.
The box,
throw them in the trash.
The wrapping. I don't even like the shoe to begin with, but just the box and the wrapping are sick.
These are he was able to cop these locally from a boutique here in Denver.
Yeah.
He got these luckily they sold out of the big sizes and small sizes, but they said they still have some middle of the road sizes, so like 9.5, 10s. He got them in a 9.5. What size are you going for?
10.
Okay.
Going with my set. I've been doing 10 a lot with all my Nikes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did the 10 in these. I did the 10 in these new AirMaxes that we'll talk about here in a second as well.
Yeah. Do these... You're going after them. I'm kind of waiting for a colorway.
They'll be here Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So
perfect.
my pair will be here Wednesday.
Well, let's take a look at these ones.
Here's why I did it.
Okay.
So it's a new technology, right? Because it's the full air bubble now versus the 270. I had 3 pairs of the 270s. I have 1 left. I sold the other 2 just because I don't need that many pairs, that colorway. But I was pumped when it came out. So I have the cactus joints.
Yeah.
Still left in my collection, and I like them. I think it's a great gym shoe. I've wore them the 3 times that I've hit Planet Fitness. I've wore the 270s. So I do like the shoe, but it's not an everyday shoe for me. I'd rather be on Boost all day if I'm on my feet all day at work, right?
Yeah.
But this shoe, number one, I bought it and it'll be here Wednesday because I do like the color. I think they call it the Northern Lights colorway. It's the OG colorway. It's the first gen, and I had to have it.
Have you seen them in person yet?
No, I haven't.
Look at that paper. For one, the box is already ill.
I've watched a shitload of reviews.
Oh, you've seen what's up.
Yeah, the paper is fire.
This is a pair that I'm not copying, but until I maybe see a colorway I like. But dude, everything about just crushed it. Crushed the packaging, crushed the paper.
Yeah.
And then the shoe actually looks pretty cool. It's not my style of shoe per se. Like if I just saw this, I wouldn't be like, oh, these are must have. But it's something I want to try on and just see how they look. Might be a nice summertime shoe. Joey got these for Rockies games. These are Rocky specials, dude. You're rolling around Coors Field in the summer. Perfect, dude. Perfect.
Did he say I could try this on? I mean, because this is a half size.
No. Yeah, put it on.
This is a half size smaller than what I got. So I'm going to see what it feels like.
He said it was totally cool. He was like, yo, try it on. Do your thing. He's gonna.
Dude, they're a little heavy.
I know. I noticed that too.
They're a little
especially
heavy.
for a 9.5. Imagine a 12.
Oh, dude.
So the shoe is heavy.
Look like a Ronald McDonald shoe.
Right.
Just wrong colorway.
Right. And we talked about that with AirMaxes. Like AirMaxes in bigger sizes look a little clowny. No Jadavian. They just look
good one.
A little clown style. Thanks, man.
Ooh, you know what?
What up?
I can fit in these.
A 9.5?
Wow.
What'd you get? A 10.5?
No, I got a 10.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, but they're tight, obviously, in the toe box. But my foot can fit in here. If these stretch at all, fuck, I could probably get away with these. But they're pretty tight around the toe box. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. 10's right for me. So go closer to your true to size is what I would say. But
true to size on these.
Man, they're strange. Hold on, let me stand up real quick.
Yeah, let me get some stand up commentary here. Let me see how they're feeling. Take a couple steps around the room here. A couple steps around the glass house. He's walking around. He's got the shoe on feet. He's got the 4Ds on one foot and the 720s. I'm sorry, on the other foot. I know I'm gonna mix that up. I'm gonna call them 270s. I'm gonna call them 270s all the time. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I'm mixing it up, messing it up. What do you think? How's it feeling?
All right, here's what I got.
Four-step review. Here we go.
Four-step review here. All right,
in a half size too small.
All right, I got the ears back in, ready to go. Okay. You're familiar with muscle cars, right? You're not a big car guy, but you know of muscle cars, right?
Yeah.
Love muscle cars.
So you take a look back at like the 1970s vehicles, right? Like the the Chevelles, the Novas, all of those ones, right? So you know where the ass really stands up, on those old muscle cars where the ass is higher than the actual car,
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel like walking in these. Like my ass of this shoe is like super high. Like I feel like I'm kind of hunkering over something because of that backside kind of pushes me. And I felt that way a little bit with the 270s.
Getting a little lift on those joints.
Getting a little lift. It's almost like some Skechers shape-ups. I never tried them.
They don't look like that, but well, how do you know what it's like Skechers?
I don't. But you know what I'd call these?
What?
The booty busters.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they'd help shape my booty a little bit like a...
Booty busters.
These are the booty buster 720s. Okay, that's what I'm going to put on these. But they're a little heavy.
It's a little sus.
They're a little bulky on the foot.
Okay.
I feel like if you had a size 12, like if you got these or a size 13, whatever you needed, dude, this would look like a clown shoe, dog.
Yeah.
On you guys.
I'm kind of nervous about that.
You big footers are in trouble if you get this shoe, I think.
Nervous about that.
I don't think it's going to look very good.
Not going to lie.
But it's bulky. It feels in between like an AirMax 97 and AirMax 98. I would say with these laces, that's closer to like an AirMax 97. Mm-hmm. So if you like the way 97s fit with a little bit more weight, this is the shoe for you.
Interesting.
It's the Booty Buster 97 720 Positrack Chevelle SS.
Oh my God.
That's what this is.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
That's my review.
All right, cool. Hey, I think it looks good, man.
They're dope, though, in hand. They look good. I love that Northern Light colorway, dude. I think that's super sick. Rockies or not. OG colorway, I think it's sweet, dude. And if they would have put a black air bubble on there, I think it would have looked stupid. I do like that. I do like that translucent bubble. I think it looks good, man.
Yeah, I'm not a huge AirMax guy to begin with. I'm not all in on this shoe, but I'm always into new shit. I don't want to just shit on everything before I see it, so I'm into it. I wanted to check them out. I wanted to see it. I mostly wanted you to check them out on the casks. I know you'd have more to say than me.
Sure.
You wear Air Maxes.
Yeah.
They just look weird on bigger feet, man.
I think so.
For me personally, I'm just not a huge Air Max guy.
That paper in there, it almost looks like, it reminds me of like a helium balloon.
Yes.
Like if you went to like a Parties Etc. store or Party City or whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, give me some hot,
big silver joint that's got Mickey Mouse on it.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Exactly.
Nice.
Let's move along with sneakers. What as far as drops or anything you looking forward to?
Dude,
what more info you got here?
I don't know if you know about this, but this says your name all over it. From a deep, detailed perspective, it's got boost, it's got leather, it's got the 1.0 gradient, and it's a collab. Dude, what do you know about the Eddie Huang Adidas Ultra Boost CNY that's coming out February 7th?
Is it the red one?
Yes,
I know about the red one, but I haven't heard. Yeah, dude, I love that shoe. I've just seen rumors and seen leaks. I haven't seen anything official.
This shoe looks so sweet, dude. And I could have said the F-bomb there, and I didn't.
Wow.
This shoe looks great to me, dude.
I would have been valid on there. Yeah.
Dude, this has all the makings of a phenomenal shoe. So it's got the Chinese logo on it. And Eddie Huang, let me just put you on with him a little bit. So he's an author. He's also a chef. So he's got all these different things, but he's like this TV personality, right? And he talks about, like, I think his book is Fob, Fresh Off the Boat. So he talks about kind of his childhood and getting to America and all this stuff. So, a big name in a couple different industries, but, Adidas hasn't done anything necessarily with chefs or anything like that, but this is more of that kind of TV persona that I think they're going for on this. But Eddie Huang has his own logo, and it's like this panda icon was what they call it, and I guess it has that panda logo on the tongue.
Oh, sick.
And then the other side is obviously Adidas, and then you've got the Chinese symbol here, obviously probably stating for the new year, I would assume. I don't know that for sure, but of course the red, which obviously in Chinese New Year's, red is always a big dominant color.
Yep.
Dude, I think this
leather cage.
Dude, the black outsole, so those people who hate the white outsoles, I don't want to get it jacked up. Dude, I think this is done so well. And that red and yellow, I'm a sucker for red and yellow. I think it looks really, really good together. I can't wear it a lot. I can't pull it off. It's a little too loud for me. But I'd love to have this for the collection. And we talk about details.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm huge in the details.
I love the shoe. It's a shoe I would rock. It's a shoe I would wear. It's the first time I've been excited about an Ultra Boost, and I can't tell you how long.
Yeah.
All in on this one for sure.
What about those idiots? Man.
What idiots?
I love this, man.
What?
I'm really doing well here because I would have said the F word.
Oh yeah.
Earlier. But what about those idiots, dude? That Boost is dead. You think they're in? Are they back in with this?
I feel like they're rocking.
Wait. Just a second. So the people that are saying Boost is dead, you're calling them idiots?
No. Yeah. What about those idiots that are calling Boost
dead? I don't know.
Are they back in the game with the shoe?
They're trolling. They don't even care if Boost is dead or not. They just want to say it because people get reaction.
And they just want to make money.
Right.
Because they're resellers.
Right.
And Boost is not reselling.
Right. Yeah, they don't. No, I would say, well, are you saying is this going to have resale value?
Maybe that. And does this...
I don't think it brings them back. No, they need more than that.
For sure. They need more than one shoe?
Yeah, you need more than that.
Sure.
That gets people excited for a weekend.
Yeah.
Or for a little bit of leading up to it, maybe a month, but...
You think you can get the shoe under retail eventually?
No.
Same.
I think it's going to be sold out. It's not going to go into retail. First Ultra Boost, they're not going to retail in a while, realistically.
Right. Dude, the 1.0 creams are still haven't really gone into retail. I
Really?
think you could get a 10% discount at times, but this comes out February 7th, so just in a few days, the day after Robin's birthday. So if I have any pennies left after treating her to everything, I'm going to try to grab this.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Make sure she's happy.
Make sure she's taken
your
care
sixes.
Of. You know,
you don't need these.
Dr. Love Tank already has his 720s coming in on Wednesday, but I've already paid for those.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, I have the Jordan 6s.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think my love tank's full. Now I gotta fill up the ladies' love
everything
tank.
You wanted, dude.
This is tight.
Speaking of Dr. Love Tank, Dr. Love Tank and Professor Chai's are giving out advice, man. We just want to remind you of that.
We're
so
here
if you have any relationship issues, you have any issues in general, man, you just want some advice on, Dr. Love Tank, Professor Chai's.
Is there going to be a separate cast for this?
Not a separate cast. No, we'll just kind of build it in. But if you guys have anything there, you can leave them in the YouTube comments. You can leave. You can send an email to mostunderratedpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to remain anonymous, you can do that.
Put it in the YouTube comments.
Anything like that, man. If you got a story or something you need some help with or something you need some advice on, something you guys are working through, that might be good content for our listeners and for what we do on this show. Please send it over, man. Dr. Love Tank, Professor Chai is about to be giving out that advice.
Bet. There's only a couple more that I kind of wanted to mention. We mentioned the Off-White collab. I guess let's get right into that. Those are also February 7th.
Yep.
So Ind already did their raffle, so you've already missed it.
SNS is open today.
SNS is open today, so get on that. I think it's a great shoe. I want that desert ore. I love that little mango.
Desert ore.
That desert ore.
Yeah.
I love that mango swoosh, dude. Something about it, and the blue hang tag or whatever you want to call that. I just love that. The black obviously be a lot easier to wear. It seems like the resale's a little bit higher on the black, probably because it's easier to wear.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Desert Storm joints better.
Oh, dude, Desert Storm for sure.
Yep.
If we had those back in 91, 92.
Yeah,
Desert
91.
Storm. Ooh.
Those are the thing that's dope about those. I also have that Uncaged Ultra Boost all tan upper with the bright orange boost. Remember that pair that dropped?
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite Uncaged Ultra Boosts. That's what these remind me of as far as the color scheme. You got the tan upper and then you get the bright orange hit. So I really like that about the shoe. That's the pair I would be going after. That's the pair I'm entering for the raffles.
Dope.
If I win the black pair, cool, but I'm more geeked on the tan pair.
Hell yeah! With the SNS, could you get in the raffle for both colors?
No, I don't think so. I haven't entered yet. I don't know.
I just entered for the Desert Ore actually when you were talking earlier. Sorry about that. Just getting on.
No,
the
that's
game.
fine. Yeah.
But I didn't see if you could or couldn't. I think you can do both. But let's talk about one more that comes out tomorrow, and I hear that you might be plugged up on it.
What is it?
The Jordan 12 Chinese New Year's.
Might be plugged up.
Might be plugged?
Yep. Might have a little pluggy. So if that does, I actually have a couple more things coming in. Well, actually, I already told you. I don't want to spoil it too much, but we might have some serious shoes to talk about on Thursday's show or Friday's show. I'm sorry, it'll be Friday when they listen. So, but one of them coming in will be the Vans Skate Highs, dude. Someone accepted them, the masterminds.
Oh, you got them
Put
coming
the bid in on StockX. The bid for, remember, the 11.5 was $262.
Yeah.
The same ones Jesse got. Yep.
Yeah. So
the bid was $262. I was like, man, they're like $330 in my size. I'll just put a bid in for $265. I put a bid in for $265. A couple of days later, boom, just hit, got accepted a few days ago. I got to notification that they arrived at StockX this morning for authentication.
Nice.
So those will be here.
Hell
those
yeah.
will be dope. So I'll be able to stomp in the winter a little bit. So I'm pumped to have those. So those are coming in. And then I got a couple. I got another pair coming in addition to the Chinese New Year 12s.
All right.
That we can talk about as well.
You've been in the game, man. Here
a little
lately.
bit in the game.
All right, that's what I like to see, man. Well, what do you know about these Chinese New Years? Have you seen anything like details, that kind of stuff?
Yes, the gold box is super fire,
dude.
Got an exclusive little video this morning.
Did you?
From the homie?
What do you think about? What do you think about the black satin? I had no idea it was gonna be satin.
It looks so shiny. I had no idea either. It looks super sick, dude.
I think that's
super
awesome.
shiny. And I'm not really a huge 12 guy.
Yeah.
I respect the 12. I'll wear them here and there. They are kind of tougher to wear.
You've had the OVO 12s. You've had both colorways, I think, in the
past.
Right?
The wings 12s. Yeah,
yep.
dude. So I think I sold my flu games. I don't have those anymore.
I sold
my French blues. I don't have those anymore. I don't wear my 12s enough, dog. I had to start liquidating.
How are they to style with jeans? Are they decent?
Tough.
What do you wear with them?
Depends on the pair, but and it depends on you and your style.
Fleece?
Black jeans.
Okay.
Black. Depending on with these ones, I would just wear like black moto jeans or.
Do you have them laced up, tied, or do you like?
I go back and forth. It's just like I do that with Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
Some pairs I lace them all the way to the top and let the strings hang. Some pairs I tie them up and only lace them halfway. It just depends on the colorway and how I'm feeling that day.
I've never wore a 12. I've owned 12s, but mostly to kind of buy and resell or get the pair I really wanted to get. I think the flu games, the only ones I've ever owned.
Really?
And I bought multiple generations or years of the flu games.
Never
wore them.
Those flu games and some of the newer ones, they've actually put a ton more cushion in too. They're a lot more comfortable.
Are they?
If you notice that. That's what I'm curious about on the 6s. I'm curious to put on these 6s and see how the comfort is.
See if it evolved.
Is it any better? Yeah. Is it any better? Are they?
Because the last pair you had of those were probably the maroon 6s.
Oh, geez. Yes, dude. I think you're right.
Maroon joints.
Maroon and cream 6s. Yeah,
which was an OG colorway, which is a sick colorway. Nike Air on the back.
Yeah.
But, man, they got dirty
They got
so
quick.
so easy, dude.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Got super messed up quick. Is that all you got on sneakers?
I think
I
that's...
got a quick
Go ahead.
thing. It's not that. It's just a small update. Apparently, Adidas got some pretty bad backlash from their controversial Black History
the celebrating black culture.
Oh, I forgot all about that. I did see that the other day.
Shit,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, the shoe we really shit on.
The white joint.
The white joint.
The cream.
They canceled it.
They canceled it. Yeah.
Adidas.
I forgot all about that.
Adidas US canceled that shoe from coming out.
We shit all over the shoe.
Yeah.
We thought it was awful. We ripped the shoe. We thought Adidas did a bad job with the shoe. We thought they did bad with marketing. We talked all about that on that episode, and it's funny now that they've realized and canceled the shoe. But then they put out the black joint with the with the red heel cup.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that either. It looked so lazy.
Yeah.
These Chinese New Year's look. Why didn't they do something like this? Why didn't they do something more?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just feels lazy.
Care has gone out the window.
Yeah, I think so.
There's like a all black pair with a red heel cup, and they have like some purple in the purple lace tips and purple in the prime knit. Almost.
I feel like they have given up to some degree.
I don't know. I don't know if it's giving up or just missing, dude. But
yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, and I think they're just trying to push things out. But no, I think that's good that Adidas actually is trying to right the ship. I don't think they should have put themselves in this position anyways. Like we said, I wish they would have put more thought into it. And this should have been easily avoided.
Yeah.
This screw up. So now for them to have to shut it down, obviously I think it's the right thing to do, but we shouldn't have even got this far anyways.
For sure.
Just use your head, Adidas.
No doubt.
So that's what I would say with that. But yeah, JJ, thanks for bringing that up. I have one other thing too. I know AirMax Day is a little down the road. I think March 26th, to be honest with you. We celebrated that with the Sean Weatherspoons, right? Last year. This is a leak of an AirMax 1 that's come out, and it's obviously have a Nike day instead of have a nice day, but it still has that smiley face on it.
Nice.
But if you look at some of these pictures, what you're seeing is the blacks, and you're seeing some turquoise in there. You're seeing
Easter Sundays.
Yeah, you're seeing it's almost like very pastel colors. So you see the purples, and you see like the black and the turquoise bottom, and you also have some translucent bottom in some of the pictures. But what would you call that orange in there? It's like almost like a not a creamsicle, but maybe.
It almost like
that's orange.
That's what I said. It's like it almost looks like a dark gray suede, but it kind of has like an orange tint to it. It's really weird.
And still pastel based though,
almost.
Or pink tint. Yeah, pinkish orange, something pastel.
Maybe like a gray, maybe like a grayish coral or something.
Yeah, grayish. That's a good.
But they've got great colors, and it looks like an Easter shoe for sure. But I really like the bottom of it too. So you have the smiley face.
Yep.
Almost as a lace lock.
Have a Nike Day on the tongue written out,
which is cool. But look at that translucent outsole.
Dude,
pretty
these are
cool.
the new Easter
super
joints.
But dude, great Easter shoe. So when you and I go to church on Easter Sunday, we'll grab a pair of these.
You know who has to have 3 pairs of those? McFoley. Have a nice day.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Have a nice day.
for all my wrestling fans that know McFoley,
dude, I even know that reference.
Cactus Jack? Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I even know some of those references.
Speaking of the wrestling, moment of silence real quick for the Chalkline Austin 316 bomber.
Oh, and that's Steve Austin?
Dude,
I didn't even know.
Dude, this is look at this thing. Let me turn around for it.
Let me see what you got here. Oh, dude. And it has Chalkline on the sleeve and on the backside. It's got the 316.
This is like a jean print, dude. Like a jean print on here, like the denim vests he used to wear and stuff.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. The 316 on the side. You got the Austin
all the way
on the full down.
Fire,
What's
dude.
on the back again?
Stone Cold.
Oh, the Stone Cold with the skeleton face. Dude, that's fire. I like
Super
that.
real.
Dang, and the Chalkline, which Chalkline was obviously big in the 80s and 90s?
80s and 90s, the Fanimation. All
Dude,
the Fanimation
jackets.
We saw the
Slobby
Robbie.
Yeah, even talked about it.
Saw that episode. You saw Drake wearing the LA Rams Fanimation, which is a super limited one. That one's worth about, they sold it on Slobby Robbie show to that one dude. And it was a little beat up, and they sold it to him for $450.
Yeah.
So who knows what a mint condition one costs? And Drake had that shit on. That shit was fire.
Is
The
that
all white one with the old school Rams.
I saw it with the old school Rams head. Was that why the Rams lost? I was just wondering.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Drake curse.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Drake curse is still real.
Drake curse continues.
Gotcha.
All right, Dow, we got to get out of here. You got to get to work, dude.
I know.
Let's blaze through these YouTube comments really quick, and we'll get out. We can hit on the other stuff we have on Thursday's show.
Cool.
It's not time sensitive, so. All right, the homie Matthew comes in. YouTube comments. I got my first Ultra Boost back in 2017 for my B-Day. Looked up a lacing tutorial and found your vlogs. I'd like to ask you guys a more personal question and get to know y'all more. I think that'd be cool. That being said, what was the motivation behind starting the podcast and picking Dallas as your right-hand man? I think it's great so far, fellas. Awesome. So
I'll let you answer that.
Honestly, the vlogs were cool, man, and it was kind of it was something that I had wanted to do for a long time. I wish I would have started back in 2012, 2013. Because I would have been way farther along. I honestly think a lot of the people at the top of the sneaker YouTube game, I don't think they're the best. I think they're there because they were first, which something to be said for that too. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. I just think and I think photo wise and videography wise, some of those dudes do incredible work. Yeah. And I'm not saying everyone at the top of the game. I don't think they belong there, but I do think there are certain guys that are at the top of the sneaker YouTube game that got lucky. They were just there first. I should have been there. I didn't. I started my channel later. And once I got into the vlogs, I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed creating. But the motivation was always to go to radio. Whether it was me hosting, or actually, I guess not necessarily radio, but the motivation was always to host my own show. Whether that be, and that's what kind of YouTube allowed me to do. It was me hosting my own show. I was able to point the camera myself, talk shit, talk about whatever I wanted, and it was my own show. Some people liked certain episodes better than others. Some people, you know what I mean? It just depends. But the podcast, Dal was always involved in the channel. Dal's been my homeboy forever, and I wanted to get him more involved because I like his perspective on things. I like that he is a little bit more techie than I am. I like that he's a little bit more plugged into certain things and certain knowledge, and he's down to try a little bit more stuff than I am, or he kind of is like, hey, yo, you might like this, try these out. So I like what Dallas does for himself and the show. I just think he's a great dude. I think what he does and his information is good. We're into the same things. It just made sense for me. Could I sit here and host a 2-hour radio show by myself? Probably, but I don't think it would be as good. I'd like to have someone to be able to bounce ideas off of. That's why I like to involve you guys in the show. That's why I got him, JJ, talking here at the end sometimes, like when he chimes in on stuff. Hopefully it's more of this, what we've been getting lately, that makes the show better. You're starting to grow, which is nice. It's all coming together in a weird way. And I get a lot of questions on how would you start it? Why did you start it? I really want to start, but what would you say? My answer is always the first thing is start. That's the hardest part, is picking up the mic or picking up the camera and starting. That is the absolute hardest part. So I wanted to move into a podcast because it gave me a more of a creative outlet to hit on the things that I want to hit on. YouTube is a little bit, or YouTube videos and sneaker reviews and sneaker vlogs, it's a little bit too short to hit on everything I want to hit on, unless you make the videos super long. But it also, I have so much more I want to talk about than just sneakers.
Yeah.
So that was the main motivation for the podcast. And then now as the podcast is growing and as we're doing this twice a week and really enjoying doing it, now the next goal is to move into either a big time, radio show, or continue to grow the podcast into something bigger and start traveling around. Maybe go out to hit Urban Necessities, sit down with JC, go over, chop it up there. Maybe we hit Tucson, chop it up with Slobby Robbie, and we can have meet and greets at these spots, man, invite people out to different places. So that's a little bit down the line, but as the podcast grows, that's kind of the vision and what we want to do. I just might have gave up the secret sauce, so if anyone starts stealing my idea, no, I'm just playing. But that's kind of the goal. That's the vision, man.
For sure.
Next one up, Landon. I go to Planet Fitness because it's convenient and close to my house. They have several machines, treadmills, and they have been broken for months. Also, the water fountain doesn't work. A bunch of high school/college kids were working there, and they don't give a fuck. Fuck that. This place, or fuck that place. I'm looking for a new gym ASAP.
Wait, did this guy and JJ just become best friends?
Yeah, they did. Effing it up.
Effing it up.
Landon Stringstein. No, I'm just kidding. Planet Fitness, we talked all about it. Dallas still goes. He doesn't use a lot of the stuff. Nah. Sounds like you're in a really crappy area, though. Or you got like a really crappy one.
Yeah. In a hood.
Nicholas. Yo, TTF, your Stone Cold impression is classic. You know what it is, Stone Cold Steve Austin. We coming in here with the chalk line. We got the vest. We came in here to crank a couple Steve Weisers, do a couple stunners, and call it a night. Now, if you want to shot at the champ, you got your little beady eyes locked in on the world's toughest son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, little Stone Cold Steve. Sorry, I got a little mixed up there. Taylor, wow. Gladys murdered that thing. Wish I could have took the money line on that one. Gladys Knight over under 49 or a minute 49, win a minute 50. 1 second over.
Are you serious?
Yeah, crazy. A lot of people were heated about that. A lot of people that had the under. Very heated. Steven, great content again. Laughed out loud in a packed coffee shop when franchise played the sad music behind Dallas.
Dude, I'm sorry. I couldn't keep it together, man. If I would have, it would be even better. But
I know,
man, that was tough. It was unexpected. You got me, man.
Yeah, it was
great though.
It was classic. People looking at me like I'm crazy. Quick suggestion for the next season. Is it possible to open up heaters to listeners? Have somewhere set up where we can put in our selections each week and track it throughout the season. I think that's awesome. We kind of talked about something similar with March Madness tournament and brackets. So totally. Yes, I will look around. I'll see if there's anything that we can do. I think there's a ton of things that do like a weekly pick 'em. So I'm pretty sure that we could set up a league on one of these sites, ESPN, whatever it is, and get that in. That'd be dope. I'm down for that. The homie GoldenEye, always some insightful stuff here. To the most underrated podcast from GoldenEye, reply podcast number 41. He's fucking running it down like a headline, like he wrote it out like on an envelope.
That's dope.
Great podcast, guys. Johnny Boost is right. Zoom Air is very old tech. Back in 96, 97, even the Jordan 12s incorporated it. I believe that was the first Jordan to do so. Man, I know so many rude motherfuckers, some of whom are the close homies, that need to listen to this podcast. There's always a nugget of knowledge that you guys drop each podcast, schooling fools on how to handle various situations. Such a simple formula. Be real, be cool, don't be a dick. When the sad music came in on Dal, or when the sad music came on while Dal was talking about nowhere to go for the Super Bowl Sunday, it was a wrap. Haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Keep killing it, guys. P.S. Fuck Kais. Unsubscribed from that loser juice when he started endorsing scam sites.
Ooh, got him.
Claims. Damn. Oh, shit. Shots fired, bro. Or is that, shots fired.
And that was GoldenEye?
GoldenEye.
Dropping some knowledge on us, man. Yep. Appreciate the respect.
No doubt.
That's what's up.
Colby, what up, fella? Or, yo, what up, boys? I was wondering if you guys had any old releases you initially missed out on that you're trying to go back and grab. With Adidas stock dropping, I was able to grab the Gold Kith Copas for only $125.
Nice.
Also, curious how you feel about the Chinese New Year Ultra Boost collab, Eddie Huang. All red joints, keep up the good work. So we just talked about that. Good. We hit on that already.
Anything you're trying to pick up that you missed out on?
Just like those simple stuff. There's a bunch of stuff. I have a list.
Sure.
But I don't, on the top of my head, I would have to say it's stuff like we talked about the freaking, Well, it was the humidity dunks for a minute. They just went out through the roof. There's a lot of stuff I wait on like that. Just like even these Kith Masterminds. Even though they came out and they dropped, it's only been a couple weeks. I still waited a couple weeks just to kind of get closer to the price I wanted. $235 retail. I paid $265 plus shipping, so $30 over retail is cool for me. There's a few Ultra Boosts I would like to go back and grab, but Ultra Boost to me is Ultra Boost. I don't use Ultra Boost as like a flex or like a styling thing. I kind of use it more of a comfort thing. So I have a few hype pairs, but it's not something where I only need to wear hype pairs. Like today, dude, for instance, I have the Parlay 4.0.
Yeah. Super GR.
So Super GR, I just like the shoe. Color scheme goes with this. It's cool, but I'm not, as far as Adidas goes, it's not like that for me. What about you, Dal?
There are pairs. I wouldn't say so much from Adidas. I've been looking and keeping my eye on one pair. I really like my acronym Prestos.
Yeah, dude. So I want to get the Racer colorway for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So I think you should grab that. And that's, I was able to get the Racer. They didn't have it when Franchise wanted to get it, so we got the Volt colorway, which is super dope too. I still need that pair. But for me, I want that first gen, that acronym Presto, the pink and the yellow. So that first kind of gen, that when we first saw the first collab.
Yeah.
There, I'm still looking for the right price, but the problem is that shoe's now so old that you're going to have screwed up boxes, that kind of stuff. Most of them are going to be used. And at that time, they weren't even doing sizes. They were doing like small, medium, large instead of size 10s, and it gripped them into a certain category. But that's kind of one that I've kept my eye on that I really, really want because I just love the Prestos, man.
Dude, the name is like escaping me right now. I'm having a serious brain fart, but you remember those dunks, those all-white dunks that have the 1985 across the side? And
those are the undefeated dunks.
Undefeated dunks. Thank you. Jeez.
Yeah.
Those are a pair I definitely am
those are
still...
solid.
Dude, I still got bids in on those. So.
And the gray laces, those are sick.
Undefeated dunks. I'm still looking to go back and get those. I just really want that pair. And I'm not a white shoe guy, but man, that reminds me of a Jordan poster. I just love the big 1985.
With the big orange Jordan posters. Yeah, dude, that's way cool.
So that's a pair that kind of comes top of mind for me there.
That's a great shoe.
Let's see. Yo, what's up, motherfuckers? I'm coming in this bitch. I'm coming in this bitch with some fucking constructive criticism. I'm
bringing the F-bombs back. I like this guy. Who's this guy?
Hold up, fool. Hold up. There's a paragraph here. There's a lot of stuff. What's up, motherfuckers? I'm coming in this bitch with some fucking constructive criticism. Not to shit on you or throw jabs, but y'all really fucking cuss a lot. Like almost every motherfucking sentence in this bitch. That's what he said. This is real.
Are you serious?
This is real deal. Swear to God. This is funny. Huh. Nah, but really, guys.
Ironic.
I know, so ironic.
That's weird.
We don't look through the comments most of the time.
Shit.
Yeah.
So this is completely blindsiding. But nothing to do. Didn't see this comment. It's funny that we had to talk about my aunt this morning.
Yeah.
But he said, Nah, but really, guys, I love the podcast. I've been listening to it religiously during work, and ever since the Teddy episode, never really realized how vulgar you guys are until I would have people come into my car, and your podcast would be on autoplay, and it's nothing but F-bombs.
That's tight.
We're working on it, dog. We're working. Damn, you're working. It's pretty embarrassing. Like Thomas even called his girl a motherfucker. What? I don't remember that. I don't think that's true.
I believe it, man.
I don't think
sometimes
that's
we
true.
get a little crazy, and we don't even mean it.
I don't think, babe. I love you. I didn't think that's true. I didn't think that, babe. I'm sorry. That's BS.
This comment's great. I had no idea.
Anyways, it's your cast, and you can do what you want. But the only reason I'm commenting this is maybe watching your tongue a little bit would help the podcast be more profitable. I get that with you when you're with your boys, it's easy to be free and say whatever you want and forget how unprofessional sounding you are to the outside perspective. Again, no jabs, all love. That's exactly what we said this morning, Doug.
Hey, we appreciate
it. Mm-hmm. We're trying to, because I noticed that too. Last few episodes, it got pointed out by my aunt. We're taking the criticism, a lot of F-bombs. I think this cast has been a lot better, dude.
Yeah.
I think this is the poster child for what we should be.
And next cast, I won't keep calling myself out. I just want a little recognition because I'm trying real hard.
Yeah.
Next cast, I won't do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'll just flow. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for the criticism. I just don't want to sound like an idiot. And I think sometimes when you use the F word as a filler, which I think is what we're doing 80% of the time, it's just stupid. Yeah.
The homie Danny coming through. Number one, fuck that guy talking shit about your sunglasses. My girl caught a glimpse of the podcast and said, what kind of sunglasses are those? Those are stylish.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. Thank you. Shout out to your girl.
Yeah.
Number two, I don't know if it's your personality or your previous experience with radio, but your ability to keep the cast moving forward and knowing when to move on to the next topic is really professional. Appreciate it, man.
Dope.
Number three, I feel the same way about receiving gifts. Everything I have is due to working my ass off for it, so receiving gifts make me feel weird. You're not alone, fam. Totally. Exact same boat, dog. If I want it, I buy it. I go work for it. I save for it. That's just how I've always been.
I didn't think I felt that way until today.
Right.
And these weren't even a gift. They were, but it was a gift, you know, in whatever
you felt
way.
Weird.
I'm going to pay for it. I felt weird. I was speechless.
Yeah. You felt a little weird.
I agree.
It's all right. Just want to have them early. I need 3 pairs.
Sick.
Andrew coming through. I appreciate that comment from Danny, man. I appreciate everything there. That was good shit. Andrew, another great podcast. I'm a Colorado Springs native, and you are correct. The secret is out. Even in the matter of the couple of years, our population has doubled. Traffic is terrible. Even though we get snow, it melts by the end of the day, and it's usually 60 the next day. Anyways, thanks for your hard work, guys. I genuinely get excited for these casts to drop. Nice. Appreciate it, dude. Backing us up on the weather over here. That's bipolar as hell. Let's see. For the love of God, get Springsteen an adapter. You promised. Rumble chair is fire. You guys rocked the cast. Keep it up. I know, dude. He will have it by Thursday. I'm losing it. Carlos, I have no excuses for you. Carlos, camo jackets and Royal Rumble steel chairs. Y'all are about to hit 1 million subs by tomorrow. # Dream Crew. That's funny.
Nice.
That's good stuff right there. I like that. I like that a lot. That is good. What up, fellas? Good content. Keep the podcast rolling. I don't know if it's Joven or Hoven. Let me know in the next one, man. I'll make sure I get your name right. One World here in Illinois, it was like -11. He's talking about the weather. I know everyone was in the polar vortex, bro. It was nuts all over.
Dude,
Johnny,
I was seeing that. At one point, like in certain parts, it was getting like negative 64 degrees.
Yeah,
that was insane.
Wind chill, yeah, what it felt like. Yep. Johnny Boost, yeah, the SB Tiffany low and high both had Zoom Air, but it's not in the midsole. It's in the heel of the actual insole, like the Stefan Jakowski Nike SB.
Janikowski's, yeah.
Janowski.
Janowski's, yeah, whatever.
I always get that confused too because it's Sebastian Janikowski, kicker for the Raiders.
Oh, right.
And it's Stefan Janowski, skateboarder. I always get those confused. Zoom is actually old tech, not all Zoom is created equal, though. The heel Zoom in the SBs or the Janowskis are shit, but the full-length Zoom is amazing. It's not Boost, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. The third eye coming through. Old farts.
Nice.
Yeezy and Nike are pumping out the same silhouette and just tweaking colorways. Yeezy 350 V2 and Jordan 1. So why are fools shitting the bed on Yeezy, saying Yeezy 350 V2s are dead and not Nike for Jordan 1s? Do you think it has more to do with Ye's politics or crazy tweets? What do you think about that?
Oh shit!
I think it's a great question. I think if we look at last year was the year of Jordan 1s for sure. Dude, they were doing so many colorways.
They're still coming hard with them this year.
Yeah. But I don't know what differentiates the fact of all of those being okay and every 350. I just think we're all so tired of the 350, but how could you not get tired of all the Jordan 1s last year?
It's not that. Here's the thing though. Jordan 1s don't all sell out. Not every Jordan 1 sells out. They drop a ton of mids that don't sell at all. They don't sell anything
like the
close
Star
to.
is Born you can still get in some of the bigger metropolis areas.
Yeah. There's some highs. They don't all sell out. We were talking about Yeezys all selling
sell out every time.
I don't think when they say Yeezy 350s are dead, I think resell is what their meaning is dead. I don't know if they're saying the silhouette necessarily is dead. I think there'll be a time when those come out and they're just like they are like Jordan 1s. They're just sitting around. But I don't think they're going to die or kill them off. I don't think Adidas should anyway.
Yeah.
It's been wildly successful for them. But I think it's a combination of, I mean, look how many silhouettes Jordan and Nike have. Yeah. And look at when it came out.
Their repertoire is just so much bigger, so much more vast, right?
Right.
Whereas with Adidas, it's either an Ultra Boost. NMDs, nobody's talking about those. So it's going to be either an Ultra Boost, a collab of an Ultra Boost, or this screwed up PR marketing with their celebrating black culture that they jacked up, or a Yeezy.
Yeezys or Pharrells, yeah.
You know, Pharrells, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So I think that's the answer to the question is you have, 3 or 4 silhouettes with Adidas, so there's more pressure there and more eyes on those versus the vast. You can't keep up with everything with Jordan and Nike.
Right.
For
sure.
I think that's probably the answer.
Jay Nasty left a comment on earlier episode number 36. I was a few behind. I was busy this week. Anyways, wanted to tell you guys to go back and acknowledge it. From episode 36, have to say, Dallas, I have a few years on you, but you're heading harder in the right place, homie. TTF, same with you. Took me at least 8 to 10 years or longer to figure out most of this life stuff. I commend you guys for being real on the podcast, but approaching life the right way. Way to set a good example for the listeners and the youngsters. JJ sitting right there. I know we're trying with the F-bombs too, man. I'm not, like I said, I don't want to change who I am, but I don't think it's necessary to drop so many like as a filler word. That was kind of the extent there. Great podcast, great people. Now, in regard to this week's DK tournament, I'm about tired of all this losing nonsense. Or I'm about tired of all this nonsense. I'm about to whoop some serious ass Super Bowl weekend. Just send me the money. Sincerely, Foo a hole. Yeah. P.S. I better win, or I have a feeling I'm going to catch the L live on the podcast.
Take that L on the way out.
There you go, dog. That's for you, because you did not win. I think, did he come in with some money, though?
I think he did the money. I think he got 19.
You got the 19 and change. You almost doubled up your money.
Yeah.
But let's see. Brett, JJ, nothing personal, man. I used to work at Planet Fitness, so I had to defend its honor. Just talking some shit. So he was just talking some shit last time.
Oh, yeah.
No big deal. Because I remember you got a little salty.
Up,
well, that guy could fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, whoa, all right, JJ.
No hate. All
right.
Yeah.
I like it. It's all love. Another great cast, boys. Hopefully the Rams won when you're reading this comment, but also on the AD thing, it's good for the NBA. It gets them publicity when everyone's talking about the Super Bowl. And I think they just money hungry. The $50K fine is uncalled for.
Yeah.
I think I don't know about money hungry, but I think it's uncalled for. I think it's the NBA trying to flex their muscle a little.
Yeah, for sure.
Take
some clout away from the NFL on NFL week for sure.
Let's see. Podcast drops and the D-bag thumbs down dude is already trolling. Someone needs to Debo his punk ass. Five people comment. That was Jay Nasty again. 5 people liked that comment too, and then GoldenEye came through. God damn it. Thumbs up or thumbs down dude is still lingering around here. Thumbs down is so unnecessary. I agree, man. Just can I live?
Yeah.
Damn. We got 2. We got 50 thumbs up on that last one and 2 thumbs downs.
Nice.
Sucks. The homie Con Lee, JJ, you're not making sense on the Nike issue. Their stock price actually increased after signing Cap. Old white guys aren't buying Nike products besides Monarchs. Nike made a chess move and it seems to be working. Oof, that's rough. I agree.
Yeah, it's hard to argue.
It's hard to argue that.
Yeah,
it's a good move.
I won't lie. I didn't go in.
We don't want you to lie.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I realize that. You tell me all the time. I didn't have much research behind it. I was just kind of curious because it just kind of seemed hypocritical and everything.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's talking about the Travis Scotts that were supposed to drop.
I think all the stuff. I think it's a combination of all the stuff you were talking about Nike on the last show. Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
For sure. Shout out to Tommy Con Lee there. Black Sheep with the last one. You pick up the infrareds. Yes, I did. Dallas did. Got him on the cast. So that's where we'll leave that, man. I know you got to kind of rush out here and get to work. We're 6 minutes past the time you wanted to be out of here to try to get to work. So we'll hit on the other stuff in the next cast, man. We can kind of wrap this one and leave it here unless there's anything more you guys got to say. No?
I think I'm good.
No? Cool. All right, man. And on that note, appreciate you guys leaving the YouTube comments. That is brought to you by Pure Spectrum CBD. Make sure you hit up the websites in the description below, man. If you're looking for some pain relief, you're looking for alternative medicines to painkillers or anything like that, that stuff's really dangerous. CBD is not. So there's a ton of different options on the website there. Anything from lotions to creams to smoking it to bath bombs, vaping, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you check that out, purespectrumcbd.com. Use the code MUP in the checkout for 10% off. Other than that, man, thank you guys as always for joining us on this episode of the cast, man. We really appreciate you rocking with us and having us in. And we will see you fools Friday.